Good evening and welcome, St. Albert sports fans, to another season of Falcon football on the hill here at Al Lieber Field as your St. Albert Falcons are set to take on the Treynor Cardinals in a Week 1 non-district matchup. We here at St. Albert Sports Fan are in our 20th year now covering St. Albert and St. Albert activities. And we've changed and evolved over the years, and a lot of new members, a lot of new faces, but a familiar one back in the booth tonight, the great one, the Mad Statter, Matt Madsen.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, Charlie, but great to be back. It seems like every year that's this summer session when there's nothing going on, no sports, takes longer and longer. The anticipation builds. So here we are, Week 1 for both schools. The field looks great. The atmosphere is good. Practices we hear have been going well in all the fall sports. We have a new parking lot up top. We'll talk about things as the night progresses, but a lot of terrific things happening, and now, tonight, it's a football game.
Well, Matt, let's talk about the field, or kind of the field here just a little bit. You're a lead member of the St. Albert field crew. A lot of questions have occurred or come up about the bleachers on the other side. What's going on there?
Well, this is, I don't know how many years in a row, let's just say 10. Our insurance company, Catholic Mutual, has said you need to do something about those visitor bleachers, and this year we did.
Now, as a rewind, they were kind of redone 10, 12 years ago.
We put new wood on those bleachers in 2010, but they came over from Dowling in West Des Moines in 1981. They were used when we got them. Terry Green and Warren Bowers, and I can't name everybody else, probably John Martin, led a crew of guys to go up there, get those things, and put them back together here on site. And they've lived through 2 useful lives, and now the second one's done. They're not like cats. They get 2 lives, not 9.
So they are in the process of coming down. They will not be put back up. And then there'll be some extra space. And then, things, possibilities arise. And that'll come down the line. That's way above both of our pay grades.
Right.
So here we are, Falcons coming off a rough season, 1-7. Won a couple of ball games without scoring. Matt looked to be much improved. Saw the scrimmage last week. Looks like an entire new offense, and from what we've heard, a wonderful off season in the weight room and with conditioning.
I've heard those same things. Sometimes we're here working on field crew. We get to hear positive remarks all the way around. So I think numbers are decent. The outlook is good. Now the playoff scenarios have changed. We have 8 regular season games, as many of you know now, instead of 9. That 9th week is when playoffs would start, but now the non-district games like this do have a bearing on whether a team and how a team gets a 9th or playoff game. So these games kind of do count. In previous years, we're like, well, this is nice to play, but it doesn't make any difference for the playoffs. It does early.
Well, we think Treynor will be very solid once again. Kind of the old eye test in the pregame. They looked the part, maybe missing a couple of guys that we had expected, but from what we've seen, they certainly look the part. Falcons, Matt, I don't think it's a secret at this point. You saw the scrimmage last week. For those wondering, it looks to me like they're going back to the I formation. Owen Marshall, the sophomore, at quarterback, and leading him, the fullback, leading out Brendan Monahan at the halfback. The fullback going to be Tony Bush, who is the son of Dan and Lizzie Bush. Dan's a 95, Lizzie's 96, Lizzie Gorman. And then the great Brendan Monahan goes from quarterback to halfback. And he's got a new number this year. So if you see number 7 down there, that's Brendan Monahan. Your captain's out there, right? Number 50, David Helton. Number 6, Tony Bush. 24 is Kyle Irwin, and he's going to kick. And then, Matt, I missed one, but we'll get him coming off. Falcons win the toss. And so Treynor will get the ball here early.
Yeah, we'll get that final captain. Did you get 55?
I did not get 55.
Cale
Hobbs. And Cale, not only a St. Albert student, an Iowa Western student, taking some next-level classes already at Iowa Western. And so an exciting time on the hill. And there's a lot going on, and football looks to be back. Volleyball tomorrow, cross-country, everyone looks good there. Matt, we're ready to roll.
Yeah, we are. The officiating crew, it's a veteran crew, mostly out of Council Bluffs. The white hat is Keith Wohlers, who, interestingly, is an umpire, who's the man behind the defensive line in a Division I football crew. So he's a D1 official in the Missouri Valley and other conferences. So experienced crew. I've refereed basketball with him. Very good, knows his stuff, takes it seriously. So Keith Wohlers is the white hat tonight, a Missouri Valley standout athlete, living here in Council Bluffs now. We don't usually give much kudos to the officials, but we're expecting a lot out of this crew. The pressure's on.
And it's a big emphasis nationwide, statewide. Try and treat them well, and we'll do our best.
Oh, yeah.
For those new to us, those maybe
Yeah.
listening from Treynor tonight, it is StAlbertSportsFan.com. We are homers, no
Yes.
doubt about it. It'd be like listening to the Huskers tomorrow on 590 AM. You're going to get the local guys, and it is going to be biased, and we're not ashamed of that. But we will try and get guys mentioned from both sides, be positive to everyone, and
You bet.
have a real fun year. It's a fun time on the Hill. Really exciting things happening. And football to kick off the year.
Bodie Sims is going to do the kicking.
This is going to be freshman Bodie Sims, son of Jay Sims from Atlantic and Mary Burgett Sims, 98 grad of St. Albert. Here comes the freshman with the opening kick. That's a good one. Better than we saw last week. That's down to the 11-yard line. Return off the right-hand side. A little running room. Good Falcon tackle there. That was Noah Nelson on the return. And in for the stop for the Falcons, John Helton, one of the Helton triplets, in on the tackle. And Treynor will start on their own 22-23-yard line.
Yeah, nice coverage and a decent enough return. Although, about 10 yards, so you maybe hope to get a little more than that. So says to me, good coverage. They were practicing kick coverage when we were here last week, putting some lines on the field. So that was Coach Gradeville leading that drill, so he's probably happy about that, how they did.
So this offense looks like what the Falcons have ran the last couple of years. And the Falcons will come out in a 4-3. Shotgun formation, looked like a guy might have moved. Of course, I'm on the officials early on.
Yeah.
Monahan will try and run him down, and he will. He'll bring him down about the 28-yard line. Also, Parker Heisterkamp over there on the coverage as well. Going to bring up about 2nd and 5. 11:35 to go here in the opening first.
Aaron Emke, number 12, looked like the receiver on that play.
So we want to thank Alexis Narmi for getting us set up. She's doing all the technical work behind the scenes. She's trying to fix that 2nd and 22. It's 2nd and 5. And I want to thank Bryan Holder, who's down below tonight, and we're using his video feed. And so really kind of a group production tonight as the 8-yard pass picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The receiver that time was Alan Young, number 18.
Matt, I think fair to say we expect both offenses to have success tonight.
I think so. I think they both have had offense maybe gets a little ahead, at least so far.
Here's carry off right-hand side. Jaden Beckman in on the tackle for the Falcons. Jaden is a 5'11", 230-pound sophomore.
You're going to see a lot of Kyle Moss carrying the ball tonight for Treynor. Racked up quite a number of yards last year and didn't get anywhere this time.
Shotgun formation, 2nd and almost 10. Be a big play here for the Falcons, see if they can force 3rd and 9. And here is a give up the middle again. Running room, but hit hard. And we'll see if we can get that man in on the tackle. Is that 31 Matt Holliday?
Could be.
And also 20 on the tackle for the Falcons. Cole Hobbs, younger brother of Cale.
Moss on the carry again for Treynor. So 3rd down, 5.
Big play early on. Look for 25. Big tight end Caleb Cooper. He's near the top. He's kind of in that slot position. A couple of receivers down below. They're going to look that way. And that ball is going to be caught. Have enough for the first down. Still on his feet. 45, 40, 35. Going to be brought down about the 33-yard line as Carson Elwood in on the catch for the Cardinals.
26 yards on the completion.
So good catch and run there by the Cardinals. Puts them in business in Falcon territory here early on. They'll simply flip the sides here. Run twins up top. And Caden Dirks at the quarterback. And here is the keeper. Excuse me, this is Dirks over off left-hand side, going to be brought down hard. So again, expect both teams to have some offensive success tonight. Not that the defenses are a problem, but just think both are going to have good offense.
Yep, 13 yards on the pickup. 3rd first down already on this drive. So Treynor having some success early.
Beautiful night for football. Low 80s, nice little breeze. Humidity clearing out a little bit. We had nice rain this morning.
Last couple mornings after we put the paint on the field Wednesday night. Hadn't rained in ages.
Yeah, for those not in the area, cold, gray, dark, wet, long spring. And then the furnace turned on in early July and burned up all the rain. And we finally have gotten rain here the last week. 2nd and about 8. For those that have my phone number, I would appreciate a text to let us know, are we on? How does it look? How does it sound? Please let us know. You are our technical crew at home. 2nd and 8. Now they'll look to the bottom, not there, and that will be caught. Good gain there to Carson Elwood once again. Gain of about 5, maybe 6, going to bring up 3rd and 3. Now, of course, Matt, this is about when you look, okay, well, do they have a kicking game? And I would say this, a rarity, small school football. I think they have the advantage in the kicking game over the Falcons tonight.
Well, and they have a nice soccer program.
Yep.
That Treynor developed over the last few years, so that will help find you a kicker. We got a thumbs up from the Monahan family. Thank you, Trish.
Shotgun formation, a little movement on the line. Not going to call it. Good hit by the Falcons. That ball is going to be overthrown. Give credit there to Cole Hobbs. In on the pressure, going to bring up 4th and 3, and it is decision time for the Cardinals.
First incompletion, 3 of 4 on that so far on the opening drive.
Charlie Narmi, Matt Madsen, Alexis Narmi, and Bryan Holder in on the broadcast with you tonight.
We have Alexis as our technical crew and safety blanket.
The one-woman band up here.
Boy, do we need it. We're afloat at sea otherwise.
The truth? This all passed us by a long time ago. Going to put a man in motion, and here is the give up the middle. Going to be really close. He's going to fight for it. It all depends upon the spot. It's close.
Short to me. Well, no, wait. Yeah, I can't tell.
Too close to tell. Oh, man, I got a message. We sound as sexy as ever.
Well, so somebody with really bad judgment.
Yes, yes. Also heard from Tim Vogel that sounds great. Great camera angle, so that's good to hear. We like that.
I have to tell.
And that's all Bryan Holder.
Bryan, thanks for checking in, Tim.
So in today's modern day, when we need a junior to help get the equipment, I still love that football uses the old pole and chains, whether it's this level or NFL. A couple of new faces out there.
You'd think you get a laser or something.
You'd think at some point they'd put him in a football and put him in the chain. I think going to be short by a football. And for a very proud program that really struggled last year, Matt, that's got to be a huge
it's a nice win.
Confidence booster.
just to not get scored on the first drive. They bent, didn't break.
And so now we'll see that new offense. You're going to see a little more beef on the line this year, and we'll try and get those guys called out for you. Falcons ran a lot of spread this year, going to their strength this year with the great Brendan Monahan at the halfback. He is an all-state speedster, had a little injury at the state meet. Otherwise, he likely is your state champion in the 100 and 200. He's the halfback. Tony Bush is the fullback leading him out. A man in motion behind. And here is Monahan right off the bat. Not a lot doing. Treynor knew it was coming. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
It's okay. Wide split on the lines. Let's see how that materializes going forward.
Falcons will need to get a little push. Expect the running game to be the strength. Good crowd tonight. Good night for football. Everyone's excited. A couple years ago, we were worried about sitting 6 feet apart, and would the season even happen?
Yeah.
Kind of back to the normal. Twin receivers up top. I formation in the backfield. Here's Monahan again. You're going to see that a lot. And again, nothing doing. Treynor knows it's coming too. Going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Kyle Moss, first man on the tackle there. We're going to hear his name a lot tonight, carrying the ball and bringing down the ball carrier.
We've got the 3rd and 10. We've got the clock up there. Now, we don't want everyone to get spoiled at all, but this is kind of nice.
They should use their imagination. I mean, most of them are, have delusions anyway. So
if they're listening to us, they probably do. All right, Falcons taking their time getting the play in. I think that's part of the plan is milk a little clock against a high-powered Treynor offense. But this is going to be close to getting the play off. There is no play clock down on the field. And the Falcons going to throw the football here and right over the middle. And that ball is going to be caught. Falcons pick up a first down early.
Nice pattern. Good work.
Good patience by Marshall in the pocket. And that ball is complete to Luke Anderson. And a big confidence boost again for the Falcons. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Charlie, Luke Anderson did a nice job. He was kind of grabbed as he came across the middle, but then freed himself to make the catch. Probably not an interference call, even if he doesn't catch it, but he got roughed up pretty good.
Little contact.
He got handled, but then broke himself free when the ball got there. Nice work.
Aaron Kiley, 19, brings the play in. Falcons will put John Helton in motion. Here's the give to Monahan, left side, running room. And he'll pick up 11. First down for the Falcons. Man, I've got to think that's the plan. We're going to run Monahan 30 times. You might stop him 27, but he's going to bust 3.
And maybe look for some, all of a sudden, whoops, the ball went to Bush before it got to him. And
he is a load. If you know Dan, the big fireman, weed eater of the week this week.
Dan saved our bacon. One of the
could be one of the highest.
One of the paint sprayers was working and then stopped, and he got her fixed. So otherwise, we don't have half the numbers if it weren't for him.
Well, like father, like son, Tony has put on the pounds in the weight room. Looks good, and Falcons are going to get sacked here. Credit to Owen Marshall, the quarterback, for hanging on to the football. When you don't know it's coming, you get pounded from behind. That is an easy fumble. So good work by Owen Marshall early on.
Lost 9 on the play.
Dad, in case you're wondering, yep, it's Ron Marshall. And Mom is Mrs. Kathy Marshall, current 5th grade teacher to one of my children. Catherine's got her this year.
Grandparents Jim and Maxine. Everybody knows them.
So this will bring up 2nd and nearly 20. Now things get interesting. Calling plays. Falcons looks like they might have moved a little bit early. And so we might, wow. Man, we now have a flag showing up on the screen. The folks at home know there's a flag.
Oh, man. Graphics? Oh, my goodness.
We've come a long way, baby. Long way. When this thing started, when we first did broadcast, we would call in, use a phone.
Oh, yeah.
Mixer, call into a phone number, and then we would type a code. And then, boom, we were live. Well, it's a whole lot different. If you're following our Twitter page, you got a pretty good idea. We've got 3 screens going, a mixer, a camera. 2nd and a mile for the Falcons. Falcons trying to get them jumped. They won't. Here's toss sweep right-hand side with Monahan. And Monahan will be stopped for no gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and really long. In case you're wondering, the first down marker's on the left side of the field at the 48-yard line.
Aaron Emke on the tackle that time for Treynor.
So now Treynor will go 2 deep as Kylie brings in the play for the Falcons. Want to thank Sean Monahan, who was really good with some technical support this week for us, and also took the day off work today and installed Wi-Fi down here at the press box for the faithful. I think probably a smart play call, Matt. Just get Monahan off right-hand side. You're not going to pick it up. Just get a few yards. And now we're going to see who's going to punt the football. Not quite sure.
Yeah, who's trotting out there? Luke Wettingale, number 8's out there. 18, it looks like maybe.
So this will be Luke Anderson, 6'3", 180-pound senior. I'm not sure if Luke played football last year. Don't think he did, so good to see him out. If you don't have it, you need to get the varsity bound, or it might just be called bound now. You need to get the app. Yeah. And then from there, you need to follow St. Albert. And here's an illegal substitution on the Falcons. Not going to matter a whole lot. But anyway, get the Bound app, follow St. Albert, and then from there you can get the rosters, and then as they become available throughout the year, you'll get the stats. Love the state of Iowa. They've been requiring coaches in various sports for years to put the stats in, and as a fan, makes the experience much more enjoyable. Anderson, will stand his own 15-yard line. Carson Elwood back deep. Pretty decent punt, end over end.
There we go.
Falcons have coverage on it. And the Falcons will down the football at the 28-yard line. So if you have the under, you're looking good so far. 3:43 to go here in the first. And Treynor will have their 2nd possession of the ball game.
42 yards on that punt by Anderson.
Matt, from what we've heard, Treynor was a single-digit favorite tonight.
All right.
With the over-under hovering just below 50.
Okay.
For those inquiring minds at home.
Under's looking good.
And so here is Caden Dirks, the quarterback. And he'll hand over off right-hand side. Jaden Beckman in on the stop, although he's going to pick up yardage. So Beckman went for the strip, and that'll allow the ball carrier to get a couple more yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
As usual, that was Kyle Moss on the carry.
So far, Matt, looks like 2 evenly matched teams.
It really does. I mean, Treynor moved with a little more ease, but couldn't quite finish. I'll see if either they move it further, or maybe the Falcons shut them off sooner.
And here is the give over off left-hand side. Moss once again. Similar pattern to St. Albert. Going to go to the old bell cow. He'll pick up the first down. Going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Matt, the field looks good.
It
real
looks
good.
Decent, yeah.
Numbers look good. Field itself looks very good. And of course, those that don't know, St. Albert practices on this field quite a bit. There is a small practice field behind the softball field, but this is kind of the main practice field. And here is the give to Moss, left-hand side. Going to pick up a couple. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. If you have scores, we would certainly take them. We don't really have the time to scroll through Twitter, so if you have scores, you know the ones we're looking for.
Abraham Lincoln Thomas Jefferson, for example.
Bet. Prep West Side over in Omaha. You know the big ones. Scotts Bluff all the way to Pius tonight. So we'll take the scores if you can. Here is pass, and this one's Elwood. So you can see the game plan. That's about the 4th one they've thrown down to Elwood. Matt, dare I make a prediction or a thought? That's a long pass for the NFL, let alone high school. You might see the Falcons jump that at some point. Now, Treynor might be thinking the same thing.
Right.
They'll fake it and then throw the bomb.
Go up, yeah.
Let's keep an eye on that. 3rd and a long 8 with 2:24 to go here in the first.
Treynor's still in their half of the field, but not by much.
Going to look over the middle, and that ball is going to go incomplete. A little bit of contact, but that ball was overthrown.
Anderson, the intended. Well, Charlie, I can say I made a trip to the concession stand. I want to thank Kelly Crone, and I saw some other good folks in there. Campbell's. I didn't catch everybody who was in there, but the cheeseburgers, good as ever.
Hey, there's Brian Bowers that just walked by in the booth. Matt, I think he won an award this week, too.
He was the co-weed eater of the week. Oh, blocked. Actually, I was blocked by a Treynor guy. He kicked it in the back of his blocker, but then the ball rolled for a great punt. So go figure.
All right, so we talk sometimes a little, or at least I do, a little blunt.
36.
That was a big guy.
Yeah.
One of the road graders. That was Jaden Beckman, and it's easy for those guys to sometimes just give up on a play.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the effort, and he pushed the Treynor guy into the punter. So credit there to one of the big boys up front.
You know, it's too bad because it got partially blocked, but I can't believe it gets blocked off a guy a foot from your foot, and it still goes for 36 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was going to be a great kick, apparently.
I want to thank Brian Holder for the video tonight. So he's down below us, and a lot of times he'll come to the games and film himself, and we thought, you know what, let's try this. Let's hook it up.
This is fantastic.
And he's got a great setup, and Alexis has us hooked up here in the booth, so our job is kind of easy tonight.
Yeah, Father Max on the sidelines.
Here's Monahan going to break one off left-hand side. Monahan still on his feet. You're not going to catch him.
Yeah.
Monahan 50, 45, 40, 30, 25, 10, 5, touchdown.
No flags.
Brendan Monahan, 1:55 to go in the first.
77 yards.
Oh, Nelly. And Mom is right below us, and I think she might have a heart attack.
Grandpa, the whole crew.
So we knew it. Treynor knew it. They're going to give the ball to him a lot, and you're going to stop him a lot. But every once in a while, he's going to bust one, and there he goes. Brendan Monahan gives the Falcons their first lead of the season. One more touchdown they scored last year against Treynor. And here is number 24 in the kick for the Falcons. This is freshman Kyle Irwin. And Kyle is just going to hopefully get on the football. And it's the Falcons take a 6-0 lead. That was not Irwin's fault, but there is a penalty on the field. And so that might be unsportsmanlike on somebody. We'll have to see. But anyway, Irwin in a pretty good battle in the kicking job and earned it on the.
This might be assessed on the kickoff if it was during the play.
But we also had a new one, an exciting one, and that is senior Lena Roslanek.
Right.
Was in for the job for the kicker. And Lena is a Saints senior, now a Falcons senior as well. Lena not in uniform tonight with an undisclosed injury, but she did kick last week in the scrimmage.
So that I can summarize that drive pretty easily.
Yeah.
That was one play, 77 yards. Brendan Monahan run down the left side, angle to the sidelines. Three guys trying to catch him, and he tried to stiff arm him, but they couldn't get close enough to make contact with the arm. Almost, but not quite. PAT failed. Kind of a snap issue. But Falcons ahead 6-0 with 1:55 to go in the first quarter.
We would love to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
And so we asked Alexis not to run the ads tonight because that would give me a heart attack, that we wouldn't get back on the air. Not that she would, but just kind of sometimes the software. So anyway, you see the sponsors on the website. Thank them. They make this broadcast possible. And tonight you'll want to give Austin Heinen a follow.
All right, yes.
At HEINOHEINEN. I know none of you had a pen at home. But Austin Heinen, he's the local Nonpareil reporter. He's on site tonight, and he is tweeting, so you'll want to give him a follow. 1:55 to go here in the first. Falcons lead 6-0, both teams with 2 possessions thus far. And here is freshman Bodie Sims in to kick for the Falcons.
The men deep to receiver just beyond the goal line. If you could poke it over their heads, it'd be a nice start. Or kick it high and cover it. That's what they're doing.
And that's the plan.
Angle toward the sideline.
Return about the 7-yard line. Falcons in on the coverage, nothing yet. And still on his feet. And Treynor will start out with good field position.
Own 37.
And that was a nice return there by Noah Nelson again. It's Treynor with pretty decent field position to start.
Right.
The Falcons now brimming with confidence. Look for another stop. Sam Raymond into the ball game for the Falcons on coverage, 72. And Raymond's a freshman. Matt, really good numbers this year. I think nearly 40.
There's a good number of kids.
And here is Dirk's shotgun. Handoff right-hand side. Falcons, good penetration. And in on the tackle is Cale Hobbs.
55. We're going to hear Cale's number a lot and name.
You might even hear his dad below us.
Yeah, yes, you will. Yes, you will. And speaking of hearing ambient noise, new public address announcer this year, Kevin White, doing a nice job. Usually you read what he says. Now you get to hear it.
So Kevin White on the PA tonight. Want to thank Chad Hannon. He's running the scoreboard.
Along with Owen Bergen.
Owen Bergen, yep. We'll circle back here to Owen in a second. Good catch over there by Alan Young. Young still on his feet. So we used to call him the Big O. Owen was quite a great football player here, former owner of St. Albert Sports Fan. Owen had, I don't think you mind me saying, a little back surgery last year. And he walked in the door, and I barely recognized him. He looks like a new man. I said, Owen, if the wind blows, you might blow over. So the Big O is no longer the Big O. He's just Owen.
He's Owen.
He's little O. First and 10 for Treynor at the 45-yard line. Falcons leading 6-0, deep here in the first. And here is the give left-hand side. And not much doing. Get a couple. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
He's like the new Jack LaLanne. You probably know who that is.
Yeah, of course. Mr. Workout, Mr. Fitness. Doing push-ups when he was about 80.
You get him one of those spandex jumpsuits. And
yeah.
I think Owen has a future. I can't wait to tell him.
Let's not get crazy. Gary Palmer, fitness freak in his 80s. That ball hit the ground.
Some
Falcons
beanbags were tossed.
Are optimistic at the 41-yard line.
I like that
Good
official getting
stick
down on the
way.
ground. He must be a wrestling official, too. Determining.
So you might have heard it. They want them to stop the clock. Hey, it's early. Just
no,
relax.
when the whistles blow, there's no.
All right, well, good stick either way by the Falcons. Going to bring up 3rd and about 6. First down markers right at the 35-yard line. Falcons will bring in Aaron Kiley for
I
Parker
think the quarter's
Heisterkamp.
just going to run out. The clock does restart. The fumble's not once they've determined. The referee wound it back up again, so here we go.
Well, a great opening quarter for the Falcons. They lead the Treynor Cardinals 6-0 after 1. Jack LaLanne, how old are we?
Yeah,
we got that tweet.
You barely.
We're old souls. We're old souls.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Yes. What's the
Tell
question?
us a little bit more about the field crew and what you guys have been up to this spring.
Yeah,
the summer, fall.
The summer, yes. We're going to taking a bye week this week. No home games for 3 more weeks. On the road the next 2, but next Wednesday, on Wednesday the 7th of September, which happens to be our owner's birthday, Joe Narmi's birthday, John Narmi's birthday, my dad Ray's birthday. We're going to take down some more of those bleachers on the visitor side. They are stacked together, one upon each other. like I said, those came from West Des Moines Dowling. We're going to take those apart a little bit more on the 7th, and just some more things to clean up right here. But we're feeling good. It's got a crew. We have big week 1 week, big crew week 1 week, and then a little bit smaller. So we use a big crew on the 7th.
Looking good, feeling
Yeah.
good. Name the movie.
It might be too young for me.
Father Max over there on the left-hand side. You also saw Lena Rosalonic. Trading Places.
Oh, that's
Dan
yeah,
Aykroyd,
yes, right.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, and Eddie Murphy. Yes, that's not too young for me.
I'm being corrected by my daughter. It's Lena.
Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Ray.
All right, so Treynor will have third and about 6 when we come back.
Yeah, a nice start. Really, Treynor has to be a little unhappy that they took that long drive and not able to score. Shorter drive the next time, then they kind of mishandled it. But boy, this is first game for everybody. So
Yes.
if this is them working out the bugs, they're not in really bad shape.
No.
So
No, if you're Treynor thinking, hey, we moved the football. They had
Right.
one play. We've stopped them. They had one play. But that's what is dangerous.
Yeah.
Reminds me a little bit of the old Detroit Lions with
Ooh.
Barry Sanders. You know, right now Detroit's on Hard Knocks with
Yeah.
HBO. You might stop him a lot,
Yeah.
but all he needs is a few, and he's going to get a few.
I like the Detroit Lions with Billy Sims.
Oh, boy, we are going
Like Billy
old
Sims
school.
would like leap frog, jump
Tall
over
buildings.
jump over tackler, and the next guy's waiting to tackle him. He would like spike him.
Same era as Earl Campbell.
Oh yeah, Billy Sims was a beast at Oklahoma. Hooks, Texas is his hometown.
3rd and 6. This will be quarterback keeper running room left-hand side, still on his feet.
Oh, fooled a lot of
And
people.
this is Kalen Dirks still on. Kalen Dirks is going to score. It's 6-6, 11:51 to go. That was about a 40-yard run.
Yes, 41. That give and that give and that give to Moss, and then pulled it out, and that time he scored. First play of the quarter.
Well, we expected fireworks, and now we're getting them after a slow start. And this will be Mason Yoakum in to kick. Yoakum's a lefty. Always kind of fun. Dirk's the quarterback. He'll place. The kick is up, and it's good. And now Treynor leads 7-6, 11:51 to go in the half.
I know Mason Yoakum's grandpa. I used to work with him. So, good family. So we have one play in the second quarter, and Treynor has pulled back into the lead.
So still kind of getting used to everyone being on the same side.
Yeah, right.
If you're here, you can feel the energy. If you're on watching the broadcast, you kind of look across and go, oh,
We just get the scenery.
But there's a good crowd in attendance tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice rivalry. In many sports over many years.
And
Generally friendly.
Yes, much friendlier probably now than it used to be. Those wondering, okay, well, everyone on the same side, really? Man, we've got plenty of room.
We have more bleacher capacity than many 2A schools.
Yep.
Not 1A. We have plenty of capacity.
Man in the 50-yard line down there, you might see him in the CBPD uni, is Mr. Hamilton,
All right.
who I saw got a big promotion this week.
Okay.
And might want to call him Baby. I don't think I'd call him to his face,
Yeah.
but Baby face. He was clean shaven. I've never seen it. So congratulations to Bryan Hamilton on his big promotion this week. All right.
I think I heard Kevin White give a score on another game, but I did not get what it was. So let's see if we can get some return magic. Had big plays both ways. Now we have Helton and Monahan deep. Maybe they can make something happen.
Two very different styles of running. Helton is very shifty.
Right.
Saw one of the Helton boys a couple years ago in the backfield down at Sydney. Man, you had a good comparison with Monahan earlier. We'll get to that later.
We will.
So this is Helton left-hand side. One of the trips, they're seniors
Monahan
now.
leading them out.
And this is Helton. Helton still on his feet. Helton running room. Helton all the way down into Treynor territory at the 48-yard line. And goes over and hands the official the football. So a nice return there by John Helton, 160-pound senior. I think that's about where he's going to wrestle this year. Both Helton boys looking to get to state. Anna had a real nice summer for the Saints in the softball field over at second base.
Yep.
And John Helton's been helping out here a long time behind the scenes.
Yeah, so many things get done that John had a hand in. And one of our field crew guys, we'll talk about later too, who was here a
Yes.
lot when no one else was here doing things by himself, and we'll get to that, gentlemen, in a bit.
Marshall, Bush, and Monahan in the backfield. And the Falcons are going to wing one up tall, and that ball is going to be caught. I like that. Spread the defense out a little bit, and that will ball be caught by Luke Wettengale, son of Dick and Mary Wettengale. And that's a Falcon first down at the Treynor 34-yard line.
15 yards on the pickup.
Now, random thought by Charlie. For the folks at home, you might want to DVR PBS 8:30.
All right.
The Vienna Philharmonic Outdoor Concert, which is spectacular scenery, great music. 8:30 PBS, DVR it.
All right.
I formation, Marshall under center, and Bush leads out. Look at that block. Gives Monahan running room. He's not touched for 4 yards. He'll pick up 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the green and gold.
I can do that from my phone if you want me to, Charlie, now. But
Really?
yeah. I have the app. There's a few things I can do. That's one of them.
Well, I'm excited. If you have an Apple box, Apple TV, and you have the ESPN app, you can put 4 screens up.
Ah.
So run 4 different games. Well, now YouTube TV, I hear, is going to be doing the same. So kind of exciting. Maybe you can do the same at home with Albert Sports Fan. Well, somebody jumped. We're just not sure which side.
There's
a little laundry
they're
on
going
the
to back
field.
up the Falcons. So it appears it'll be the 3rd penalty on St. Albert if so. All of the 5-yard variety.
So 5 is John Helton. 18 is Luke Anderson. 56 is Jaden Beckman. 55 is Cale Hobbs. Brandon McCall looks really good this year, 53. Brandon McCall, he's a junior now, put on some good weight in the offseason. Heard he's one of those kids, Matt, you're just simply not going to outwork him in the weight room. Here comes 19, Aaron Kiley. Falcons with some tall receivers this year.
Marshall with a nice touch on that last pass to Wettengale. Just took advantage of a pitch and catch.
Cole Peckney wears 17. He's 6'5".
Backup quarterback, I think Cole Peckney is.
Yes, first year. Here's Monahan, left-hand side.
Gets 3 hard yards on his own, more or less.
A little extra action, possibly.
Flag at the end.
Flag on the field. So we're going to warn you right up front. Alexis is here tonight, and she's pushing all kinds of buttons. We can't promise this every week.
Right.
But for tonight, pretty special to have for the folks at home. And all you folks at home, Matt, they've been loyal over the years.
Face mask.
A lot of people make it their Friday night plan. So for the millions watching at home, thank you for your loyalty over the years. No longer an automatic. First downs, that's the 5-yard variety.
Inadvertent,
Going to bring up 2nd and manageable. Again, if you have scores, you have good info you think we should have, go ahead and text it to us. I'll put out my phone number, 402-639-0788. 402-639-0788. Trips up top for the Falcons, and give me a timeout.
Coach Driver calls the timeout. Just not happy with what he saw. But that's the first timeout the Falcons have used. You know, we played 14 minutes of football, so that's not terrible.
What's the old rule, Matt? The offense gets the timeouts in the first half.
Well, I think it's the reverse.
Okay.
That was over the years. That
yes, you are
the Falcons
correct.
would use
first game
a timeout on defense when things weren't going well, like the coaches wanted defensively. And but then the second half reserved for the offense to try to make some plays. So we'll talk about, a couple guys. You mentioned Sean Monahan before, up here installing Wi-Fi and doing all kinds of things on the side, that even when the whole crew isn't there doing things. But the other one is Mike Geyer.
Yes.
He comes up here with his own tractor. He brings up rock. He spreads it. He and Paul Stinn and a couple of the guys, including Sean Monahan, Stinn and Geyer were both here both days this weekend. Taking some old gravel and concrete and things and trying to shore up underneath the bleachers. We have that Los Hills soil under there, and it just erodes, and that's why it's brown underneath there. When it rains, it runs down onto the field. So Mike Geyer was here trying to remedy that when nobody else was here doing those kinds of things. So thanks to those guys, particularly Mike, and he tries to doesn't want people to know, but there he is doing it.
Nope, we're going to tell him. Here's toss sweep left side, Monahan. He'll have running room. Going to be going to fight for it. He'll be short by about a yard. And I've heard Mike Geyer was a really special consultant on the parking lot project.
Yes, absolutely. He was he rode herd on the contractors, and he was the straw boss of that operation. I think his company did the engineering. Snyder Engineering, one of our sponsors.
Yep.
Right. He made sure that went like it was supposed to. He was showing off plans and.
Maybe Tony Bush action here. Tony Bush will get it. Treynor knew it too. If I knew it, they knew it.
Yeah.
Gain of about 1 on the play. Going to bring up 4th and 1. Matt, I think you got to kick it.
Yeah.
Or excuse me. You got to go for
right.
it. Falcons are not going to kick this football. This will be about a 42-yarder from here. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bush again.
How about a sneak?
Ooh, I like that with Bush pushing from behind.
Yeah.
All right, so the key here is big boys up front got to stay still.
Yeah.
8:39 to go here in the first half. Falcons trail 7-6. 4th and a football.
You know, as Marshall gets bigger too, the quarterback, well, we'll get to that comparison later.
And here's Bush, and he'll have it.
Yeah.
He'll have it. He reaches forward, didn't need to, had it either way. Matt, my heart,
Yeah, that was a long handoff.
Hallmark Channel.
Oh.
A lot of people watch The Bachelorette. Boo. My heart is warm, man. I love seeing I formation. I love seeing fullback football. No reason to make a complicated fullback or quarterback sneak either way. Let's not get too cute. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Treynor 22-yard line.
They just went next gap over with Bush that time. A little bit of a reach for the handoff for Marshall, but he has long arms.
Single back now, toss sweep right side. Good block on the edge. Monahan with running room. Monahan with a little bit of power in there too. Monahan picks up 9. Going to be 2nd and 1. And so that is going to be just shy, but good blocking on the edge. So those guys don't get a lot of credit. They may not get a ton of yards this year, but keep an eye on that. If the Falcon running game is going to have success, Matt, they're going to have to block on the edge.
Yes. Yep. Particularly in the non-district games where we're playing bigger schools.
Yep. Same formation, and now we're going to pass the football, and the Falcons had a man.
Ooh.
Actually, they missed the guy there. Threw deep, goes harmlessly, though, incomplete.
Yeah. The threat of harm was looming.
So AL leads Thomas Jefferson. Abraham Lincoln leaves Thomas Jefferson 8-0 after one. Low-scoring affair.
Couple grand slams.
So going to bring – I like that call, 2nd and 1. Why not? I think we're going for it either way.
Right, that's a free play.
Yep. 52 the left guards, Gavin Somerville, had not played football before. Big, strong kid. Here's Monahan, right-hand side. Going to be close. Depends upon the spot. I'm not sure he has it, Matt.
Yeah. The down marker guy switched it to 4th.
I think you trust the road graders up front.
Yeah.
Not sure the kicking game's there right now. I think the coaching staff feels the same, and here we go. Aaron Kiley into the game. Again, 53 is Brandon McCall. 55 is Cale Hobbs. Jaden Beckman is 56. Left side, 52, Gavin Somerville.
We broke the huddle with 12 guys.
And that's going to hurt.
Illegal substitution.
Now we do have to make a choice. Would have been a 30-yard field goal. Now it's going to be a 35-yard field goal. I think the Falcons go for it here, Matt. I wouldn't be surprised to see a jump ball to one of those 6'5" receivers.
Yeah.
And of course, as I say that, Kyle Irwin does check in.
Yeah.
Irwin, 5'6", 650-pound freshman.
Monahan on the hold, just in case you're wondering if he picks it up and runs with it. But
little 8-mile-an-hour breeze in his face.
Yeah. Little early to be trying something this fancy.
Ball is going to be just
wide,
left.
Yeah.
Just left. But in high school football, that ball will come out to the 20. So the Falcons will get that figured out. They're young in that.
Yep. Third drive for the Falcons. A punt, a touchdown, and a missed field goal. Coming the other way, Treynor gave it over on downs, punted, and then scored the touchdown. The punts have been decent for either team. Despite having his punt blocked last time, the Treynor punter was able to get off a 36-yard kick after hitting one of his own players in the back. And on the other side, Luke Anderson booted a 42-yarder. So kicking game's looking good early.
Cole Hobbs and Brandon McCall are your inside linebackers. Monahan gets a break. Heisterkamp's down below. And that ball is going to be underthrown up top. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Into the coverage for the Falcons is 31, Matt Holliday. New guy we saw up in the box tonight, Coach Beck from Heartland Christian.
Yeah.
He's their athletic director. He's their new basketball coach. Our sons played baseball together this summer. A wonderful family and going to be a really nice addition up here in the box for the Falcons. Coach Beck.
Great.
Shotgun formation going to bring up 2nd and 10. Falcons stay 4-3. And here is the give over off left-hand side. Oh, boy, Matt.
Yeah.
That looked like a 2-point takedown from John Helton.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 3rd and 10.
It was a double leg takedown. He got them both.
Both Helton boys looking to make a state tournament appearance this year. Big play here, 3rd and 10. Treynor had a little success early on and took one down at the Falcon 35-yard line. Falcons moving some backers around. And here is that pass up top. That ball's going to be intercepted. Luke Wettengale, and that ball's down on the ground. Threw out the wrong flag. I think the Falcons recovered it, though.
Yeah.
Ball is tipped, eventually caught by Wettengale. Ball goes down, but the Falcons have the football. Turnover early. You want to win football games? Win the turnover battle. Falcons in business in Cardinal territory.
Oh.
Alexis, did you turn something up? We can hear ourselves now. We don't like hearing ourselves.
Yeah. And for good reason.
Not sure how the fans at home put up with
Correctly so. Alexis is blaming us, not the technology.
Jake Hubbard in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Baseball player at Morningside.
And Luke is here as well.
There you go.
Morningside graduate.
And here's the give to Bush. Bush, yep.
He almost gave it away, but pulled it back.
So Bush didn't get a ton of carries last year, worked more in the line.
Right.
And he's going to have to learn, and probably just did. Fullbacks don't reach, they don't stretch, they tuck, and they bury a shoulder. Falcons keep the football, though. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. Good crowd tonight. Oops, Alexa, I might have just touched something. So she's that generation, high schooler.
Right.
Touch it, fine, whatever, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
My generation, maybe yours too, Matt. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't want to touch anything, I might break it, and I won't be able to fix it.
Yeah. And you know the generation above, so.
That ball is going to be another high pop fly left field, and that ball is going to go incomplete. Good coverage by the Cardinals. And that'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Well, and frankly, Charlie, you and I are we're a generation apart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost 20 years. So.
But all this is so new.
Right.
The last 10 years.
Right.
Well, we were still burning stuff off Napster in college. Now people are like, what is that? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Luke Hubbard was at Briarcliff.
Well, that's right.
Your
BC.
state champ brother is as well.
Yeah.
Good play action here by
Jake was
Marshall. Marshall is going to look deep, and that ball's going to be caught, but he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Good call. He was out.
Yep, he was out. No doubt about it. But, boy, good-looking play, good-looking throw. So now we're going to try it again. Here comes Kyle Irwin again.
Decent-looking play, just missed by a bit. Falcons
are going to have to block a little better up front because this kick's going to have to be a little lower. 4:32 to go here in a low-scoring first half. Fast-moving first half.
Yes, it really is.
We're only 44 minutes into a ball game. Snap down, good hold. That kick.
It's going to be
really close.
Oh!
Off the crossbar.
Sorry.
Great coverage there by Bryan Holder to catch that. Just short. But here again, Matt, I mean, I'm not always optimistic. But that's got to be a confidence builder for Irwin there.
We have one attempt and 2 kicks under our belt. So
yes.
We're getting it dialed in.
But a freshman in uniform now realizes, okay, I can do this. We're good. 14 down there to the bottom of your screen is Parker Heisterkamp. 7's Monahan. Cole Hobbs is 20. Here's toss sweep right side, Aaron Emke, and Emke's going to be brought down. Good play there.
That's a little guy. Who was it? Helton?
Cole Hobbs in on the stop.
I'm going to have to hop off for just a second, Charlie.
You bet. Got to take a call. Hot happenings here in the booth. Alexis want to throw on a headset. Sawyer Sheffield into the ballgame. 57. One of our first freshmen this year. 57. Sawyer Sheffield. 5'10", 190-pound freshman. He'll work the D-line. 2nd and 12. And we're going to look up top, and that ball is going to be caught. And a good stick there by Wettengale. But not after good yardage. Not until after good yardage. Game about 8-9 in the play. Alexis, what do you think so far?
I know nothing about football.
Okay, that makes 2 of us. How's school going so far? 4 days in?
It's been a long week.
I can imagine. It's a long summer. Parents happy to get kids back in school. Earlier bedtimes, a little discipline. All's good in the hood. 3rd and about 4. A little movement, but not called. And that ball is going to be caught. That's Carson Elwood. Boy, he's a good target for the Cardinals. A lot of success early on. Going to bring up 1st and 10 on about the 32-yard line, but 3:14 to go here in the half. Falcons just want to keep everything in front of them. So good little spell there by Sheffield, and he'll hustle off. Matt Holliday checks in. Falcons staying very basic. Really kind of a dime package right now, but need to with the receivers out there like they are. And here's Gibler off left-hand side. And that's just a little Falcon fatigue there. Getting about 6 in the play, going to bring up 2nd and 4. Good carry there by Kyle Moss. Good tough runner. Moss is thankfully a senior. Won't see him in the future. So 2nd and about 4. Thanks for tuning in. StAlbertSportsFan.com. Here's quarterback keeper up the middle. Going to run into a host of Falcons. Going to bring up 3rd and 1. So we go near halftime. And of course, Mr. Holder will be filming the halftime, and we'll try and get as much audio as we can. And we're working on a halftime interview, but have not heard back yet.
Oh, Matt's back.
Matt's back in action. Also in action tonight, Red Oak leads Riverside 7-0. The Falcons at Riverside next week. Again, they trail Red Oak 7-0 after 1. Here's the give up the middle. Running room still on his feet. And the Falcons finally bring down Kyle Moss, but not after a huge gain, down to about the 30-yard line. And now Treynor back in business in a back-and-forth ball game. Now we got a Falcon timeout, I think a wise one. Glenwood leading Atlantic 27-14. And Shenandoah over Missouri Valley 27-8. And early on, Fremont Mills and Cam are scoreless.
Run that Shenandoah score again.
Shenandoah currently leading Missouri Valley 27-8.
Okay.
They expect good things. They've got a Kansas recruit on the team.
Okay. Fantastic. I'm behind the times on where Shenandoah is. So good for them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, the Mustangs football has kind of struggled, and you know, it's always a coin toss when you get to the end of the season for the Page County Super Bowl.
Yes, one of our favorite games of the year, the Page County Super Bowl.
We should offer to host that some year.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Maybe, you know, someplace else. They might want to have it in Page County. Can you have the Page County Super Bowl outside Page County?
Well, sure.
When it's in Shenandoah, it's really close to Fremont County. It's close, but it's still Western Page.
Mr. Paul Highhorse in attendance.
Yeah.
Scott Wright, Tommy Hughes.
Yeah. Here's supporting kids.
2:23 to go. 1st and 10 for Treynor. Falcons gave up a long one there on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
And here's the give over off right-hand side. This is Bradley Stock. Stock will be upended after no gain on the play. Good job of the Falcons to stretch it out. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Time's beginning to become somewhat of a factor. There's 2 minutes to go. Treynor has 3 timeouts to use. They want to use 3 timeouts. And we know they're comfortable passing the ball, so 30-yard line is not a bad place to be. Quarterback keep again.
Boy, Matt, he's elusive.
Yeah,
he really holds that
six yards.
football a long time. That is really tough on a defender. Caden Dirks for a 6-yard gain. Going to bring up second, second almost 5.
Missed a couple of plays there, but the ball didn't move very far while I was gone.
Not
so.
sure they were all set, and the Falcons are thinking the same thing. Great play there by Wettengale. And that's going to bring up 4th and 5. Possible decision time. This will be about a 42-yarder. I think they go for it, Matt.
Yeah, I do. They'll go for way too far to kick.
1:31 to go here. Now Treynor might think about a timeout themselves, letting the clock, play clock run down here a little bit.
Well, the clock stopped. Well, it was incomplete, of course.
But I don't think they're sure what they want to do here. They're going to let the kids figure it out.
Yeah, they're just going to go with a
Dirks calls for it. Dirks looks up top. That ball is going to be
incomplete.
Incomplete. Good eyes, Matt.
It was in his hands, and he fumbled it before he. I had the better angle.
What a stop by the Falcon defense. All right, Matt.
All right.
You run the clock out, or you say, nah, let's go down and score here. Let's try and score.
Whatever we do, I think we're on the ground.
I would agree with that. 52, Gavin Somerville checks in. Younger sister, a freshman.
Oh, yeah, I remember that young lady.
Good kids. John Helton's the wideout down below, one up top. That's Wettengale.
No fullback this time.
And this is Marshall going to air one out, and that ball is going to be incomplete.
10 for Wettengale, I believe. Good sportsmanship. Let's call that number. I think 10.
We'll go with that. Ben Casey.
Yeah, or 12. I can't see.
12 is Aaron Emke.
Yeah, he was the cover man on Wettengale that time. Did a nice job. Put out a hand.
30, 40 years ago, maybe this rivalry wasn't so friendly.
Yeah.
Maybe even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But,
well, we're going different directions. We're not in the same district. We're not in the same class. So
things have changed.
The stakes, yeah. The gas is simmering just a little bit lower. Now fullback this time.
And here's Monahan right-hand side. He'll try and bust it outside. Stays on his feet. Monahan tries to run a man over. Give credit to Carson Elwood trying to put the hit on, and he did. Eventually brings Monahan down. Gain of about 7 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 3, and the Falcons will let the clock roll here. If I'm Treynor, I'm thinking about taking a timeout.
Yeah. That's, the Hawkeyes would be. Charlie and I are Hawkeye fans.
You betcha. Matt, name the year.
Yeah.
So-so offense. Great defense. Really good punter.
Yeah.
Any year possible. Probably 2022.
Exactly. Well, for sure last year. For sure 21.
Up balls on the ground, and Marshall is able to pick it up. A little extra action. I'm not sure enough for a flag.
Well, I was trying to say after he picked it up, he was trying to spike it.
Ah, gotcha.
I think he was going to try to spike it just to get it incomplete and not take a sack. But he wasn't able to because the man was in on his arms. Timeout, Treynor.
Yep. So 35 seconds to go here in the half. Matt, what do you think from the concession stand? Catherine, I will take a couple waters.
I am good. I have
I'm talking
my dinner.
so much, even I'm tired of hearing myself. Can I do 2 waters, please? You need money? A little behind-the-scenes action.
Money. Oh, yeah. You got to come up. We got to auction off, just some lucky winner, whoever the text of the night can come spend the time in the booth with us next time.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, one by one, we could.
I think the school would owe them money.
We could kill off all our fans. One by one, we're not interested anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to see how the sausage is made, folks.
Yeah.
They did auction off parking along the upper fence.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of new this year, back in action. So that's kind of nice. Matt, parking lot's a little different.
Yeah.
Islands, the rotation, all that kind of stuff. But boy,
it is.
It looks so good.
State of the art now, and there aren't any craters and not crumbling asphalt. So
I want to thank the fine folks down at Atherton's. Yeah. They did a little work on my shocks and springs this summer, courtesy of the St. Albert parking lot.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Yeah.
Falcons will punt the football here. And Treynor's not quite sure they're buying it. They won't put anybody deep, but now they'll throw Carson Elwood back there. Elwood's a nice football player, good-looking athlete there. And there's a decent punt.
Nice kick, short kick to the sideline. No chance of a return.
Now, I've always wondered that. If you're the other team, why do you get near the football?
No, you just want to.
You know, if you think it looks cool.
You want to go the other team and accidentally kicking the ball so you can go pick it up.
Yeah.
Or something.
If
I
I'm
don't
the
know.
coach, I'm telling that young man,
Yeah.
get away from the football. As it stands, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 37-yard line. 38 seconds to go here in the half. There's the band being shown.
Yeah.
Have them at halftime. And, of course, Matt, one of our favorite things, you see some cheerleaders down there. Love the kids that are doing multiple activities like that. There's the dance team. A couple extra numbers this year. Now Bryan zooms back over to the action. And now Treynor has decisions to make. They've already thrown one interception. Falcons looking for a possible pick 6, but they will run 4 deep, stand at the 50-yard line. And he's going to take a shot after he threw it. And here's Elwood once again. Elwood's still on his feet. Enough for the first down. And the St. Albert Dads wanted a holding call. Not sure they're going to get it.
Yeah, it's football season again.
Yeah, it's football season. So this will be 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Falcons will move off a couple of the big boys. And they'll bring a couple of DBs in. Sam Raymond back into the ballgame, freshman for the Falcons. Low snap, slow snap. And that ball is going to be caught. Matt, we know what the Falcons are going to do. Well, now we know what Treynor's going to do.
Right.
Find Elwood at every opportunity to pick up a first down, and he's close.
That's 54 yards receiving here in the first half already.
Looking to get down to field goal territory. 1-point game.
Yeah, still the 2 timeouts and 14 and a half seconds left.
We apologize if you're going, yeah, we know the score. We see the
that's
time.
right.
We're not used to that.
Yeah.
So we just want to give it to you just in case. Treynor throwing the crossbones over on the sidelines, setting up a formation. 14 seconds to go. There's a flag down. I'm not sure they got it off.
We'll watch Keith Wohlers, our white hat. He's going to talk to the side judge over here.
So, again, you get into some of the bigger schools. They likely have a play clock in each end zone, not here. So, really up to the officials.
I thought I saw movement, but I've seen movement on several plays that didn't appear to be called.
I agree.
Yeah, procedure.
Good call by Matt there. It's 57. Sawyer Sheffield checks back in. So, freshman for freshman there.
Sawyer had a good track season, right? He's like a thrower.
Yeah, he was.
Successful
he had a really
thrower.
good throwing season.
Remember for a couple years there, Sawyer was our guy doing the doing the scoreboard on the basketball.
That's right. That's exactly right. Oh, takes a shot there. Elwood's going to actually drop the football.
Yeah.
But good job there by Cole Hobbs. And so Hobbs getting in early. So going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Falcon faithful, the student section, feeling their mojo early on. Third and almost 5. 8.5 seconds to go. Falcons secondary playing really deep, wisely so. And again, a little motion up front. Not going to call it. Those are really long passes. Again, have a couple on the play. Good defense there. Going to be about a yard short. Going to bring up 4th and 1 with 3.5 seconds to go. Last play of the half.
Right, this will be it. So Falcons probably going to go deep, and someone's calling a timeout here, probably Treynor.
Matt, big cross-country meet tomorrow in Glenwood. Really great place to watch him meet. Kind of along the hillside, you can stand in one location and see him run by multiple times, see a lot of the action. If you've never been to one, and we say this all the time, but really, it's a great spot. So if you're going, it's right across from the high school at the State Park area.
Yep.
And then it's up the hill. And here's the nice thing. Girls run at 9:15.
Yeah.
Boys are right behind them. They're running, everyone, JV varsity, all run at the same time. You'll be home by 11 o'clock.
Glenwood is, they're notorious, and that's not in a bad way. They're noted for running good meets, track meets, cross country. They run volleyball tournaments. They do a good job of keeping things organized.
Jeff Beeson.
He's
the AD down there, former Harlan boy.
Yep.
Went down there for the Hawk 10 meet last year. Yes, to that point, really well run. You know it's going to be about a 20, 25-minute race.
Yeah.
They'll wait about 5-10 minutes, and then boom, the next one goes. All right, 4th and 1. That doesn't matter.
Right.
Because there's 3.5 seconds left here in the half. And Falcons will play Luke Wettengale really deep. He'll stand about his own 20-yard line. And good delayed pressure there by Hobbs. Hobbs may not get there. And that ball is going to be thrown deep, and he's got
Oh.
it. He's got him. He's got him. Touchdown, Treynor. Last play of the half, a 43-yard strike. And Treynor will carry all the momentum with them into the second half after the big strike.
I didn't catch
three
the
touchdowns.
receiver. Yeah.
And 3 big plays in the ball game.
Is that Elwood? I didn't see.
I did not see it either, Matt. Austin Heinen on Twitter will surely have it.
Yes.
So if you're not following him, follow him. The kick is up and good. So at the half, the Treynor Cardinals lead the St. Albert Falcons 14-6. And it's just a good reminder. Even though the broadcast tonight might look rather professional, these are just high school kids, and those type of plays are part of the excitement. But that's a backbreaker for the Falcons they'll need to come back from in the second half. So if you had the Treynor first half side, you just covered on that play. Your under still looks good in the ball game, though, as the St. Albert Band and the St. Albert Dance Team now make their way to the field. Want to thank Mr. Plendel. He's the new athletic director, activities director, who took over for the legend, Mr. Ken Schreiber. And we show up tonight, Matt. Windows are open. There's rosters up here. There's water. There's Gatorade. So I want to thank Mr. Plendel for that.
Yeah, we've talked about, Charlie, the places we've been in the past where we go to broadcast games where we get treated like that. It's starting to happen here a little bit. We've been to some places over the years that are kind of notable. Clarinda Academy. Remember going to Clarinda Academy? We get some nice,
that was an experience.
Nice accommodations there, and then seeing the way the students were handled themselves at the at the game.
The various instructions before the game, you know, things like that. But that was actually, it turned out to be a really good experience. And so now here come your award-winning St. Albert Dance Team. And we'll see who goes first here, but we'll try and put a mic out there so you can hear them. Last year, all freshmen. Grace Burrows this year, Ella Eichholt, Jada Larson, Leah Mao, Olivia Somerville, Ava Wagner, and Emma Wigington. Emma Wigington, coached by Jenny Mason. Here they are, your award-winning St. Albert Dance Team. That was fantastic. Emma Wigington, Ava Wagner, Olivia Somerville, Leah Mao, Lila Mao, Jaden Larson, Ella Eichholt, Grace Burrows, coached by Jenny Mace. And now here is your award-winning St. Albert Marching Band. Gonna hear a little Taylor Swift. And of course, we've got cheer members out there. Now here comes a dance member. Oh, you know we love this. Thank you for the water, Catherine. Mr. Rademacher, in about his third, maybe fourth year. And he came to us fresh out of college, 22 years old. Put this thing together, and here we are, the St. Albert Band with Taylor Swift. Your award-winning St. Albert dance team. So, Matt, we've got Mr. Tim Vogel in a new location tonight.
Oh, yeah. Where's that?
Volunteering the Mayo Clinic.
Okay, in Arizona?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's.
Didn't get clarification on that.
I'm guessing there. Fantastic. You know, those bedpans aren't going to clean themselves.
Matthew.
I mean, those people aren't going to push themselves around in wheelchairs. Maybe, you know, there's all kinds of jobs I could think of for him, but maybe I should, you know, like parking lot attendant.
West Side leads prep 24-0.
Wow.
So big rivalry.
I watched
game.
a little bit of prep last week, Charlie,
too.
against
Bellevue West.
Bellevue West. It was a close game. Bellevue West won right at the end, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
Scored with about 2 minutes to
Yeah.
go. In Kinnick Stadium tonight in Iowa
That's right.
City,
All
Iowa
right.
City Liberty
Oh, Liberty. All right.
leads City High 6-0.
All right.
And Underwood, who I think may do
Right.
this, I think they're the real
in
deal.
2A, absolutely, man.
They lead Tri-Center 35-0
Yeah.
in the first half.
Not a surprise. That's a quality squad. Well, you probably people in the metro area know this. There's another Kinnick Stadium around here. You probably know where that is, don't you?
Hang on. Omaha Central?
Omaha Northwest.
Omaha Northwest.
Omaha
Okay,
Northwest
yep.
plays at Kinnick Stadium, of course, named after now Kinnick from that area.
Yes, I believe Niall was a Benson grad.
He was right. He's born in Adel, Iowa. I
Yep.
think. Not too far from where's Bob Feller from? I just went out of my. It wasn't Adel.
The Rocket.
The Rocket, the something Rocket. Yeah.
Rabbit Feller from Van Meter, Iowa.
Van Meter Rocket. Yeah, that's it.
So Ken Burns did the baseball special,
Yes.
and part of that he talks about
Oh, yeah.
Bob Feller,
Rapid Robert.
and he pitched in the major leagues while he was in high school.
Yes, 17.
Think about it. That's unbelievable.
Then went off to fight World War II for a few years. He came back.
Yeah. What was the picture I saw the other day? It was an old picture of Ted Williams and Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
Ted was
I saw that picture
in the
too.
box, and Yogi was behind the plate, and something like
Yeah.
35 career mission,
Yeah.
successful. just
Right.
think about those guys that gave up some of the best years of their career.
Some people did it willingly. I mean, they were willing, of course, without complaint. Ted Williams didn't withhold his complaints.
I could believe that.
Ted
He was
Williams
rather
was
opinionated man.
about stuff. Hey,
1 second.
yeah. Let's chat for a minute. Yeah, let's talk for a minute.
All right, so we're going to have the Mad Statter with a very, very, very special
Oh, wow.
guest,
Very.
the president of St. Albert Schools, Miss Ann Rowling.
Well, Ann, we're glad you're here joining us. There's a lot going on this summer. I mean, where do you start? But how about a thumbnail of what happened this summer and how did we get to this big night?
The parking lot is
Yeah.
a big thumbnail.
Right.
We just had some very generous donors, and we had a great construction crew that
Right.
worked their heads off all summer
Carly
long.
Construction.
Carly Construction. It was fantastic. We've got a lot of teachers and administrators that took time during the summer to really prepare for this year. We really started off great. I think we've got over 60 new kids in the system,
Great.
which is just awesome. We've got tons of support. I look at this game, it's just been fantastic to watch these kids play. They're playing their hearts out.
Right.
And I was watching the band, and when you have the band with cheerleaders and dance team, and it's just fabulous.
Well, here's our comment on the band. This time we didn't even bother to throw out superlatives. It's gotten so much better. It's not a surprise anymore. Right?
True, true.
They've raised their expectation level and they're continuing to meet it. So that's great.
It's
so
wonderful.
What's things are going well? You have new students. How about how are things going with the parishes? We're good with our working with our parishes and our outlying
Perfect.
cities.
It is. It's wonderful. We've got about 10 parishes that are involved, the 3 in Council Bluffs, the 3 Corpus Christi, St. Peter's, and St. Patrick's. I meet with the pastors from the parishes once a month and really get to share great news with them. Our school is their parish school,
Right.
so they really help contribute to the Catholic identity of our school. and it's a great working relationship with them.
That's good. I see Father Max here on the sideline yet again, working with us.
Yes, working with the students.
Interacting with the students.
He's really a great asset for our school. He's going to teach this year, so we're pretty excited to have him in the classrooms.
Great. Now, what will we be teaching?
He'll
What
be
level?
teaching 8th grade theology.
8th grade theology. Great.
Yes.
And that's so they meet. He meets with them 2-3 times a week. What's
4
his
times a week.
Well, that's a lot of work
Yes,
for him on top of his parish duties at St. Patrick's.
Exactly. So
We had Father Max. It was a game last year. It kind of got out of hand. It started as a halftime interview, and we couldn't even cut it off. We finished the whole game. Charlie kept just whistling, rolling his fingers like, just keep going. So the good news is it's a better game. So what are we looking forward to? What's going to happen between now and Christmas?
we're looking forward to our students just excelling in
Yeah.
their classrooms. We've got a great religious department. We've got a campus ministry that's just on fire. So
Great.
we're pretty excited to bring Jesus Christ to everyone that comes to our school.
And we're all finished since the gymnasium's finished now. 'Cause
Yes.
Throughout got finished by wintertime. That the scoreboard and all those things are done, and we showed those off at the auction, right?
The scoreboard, the sound system. It's amazing the generosity of the people connected with St. Albert.
There's one right there. I don't know if Mr. Holt was doing this on purpose. We're looking at the back of the head of Paul Cox. And tonight I said, oh, good, Paul Cox is here, because if anything goes wrong anywhere at this place, that guy can fix it.
Paul
So-
Cox is one of the greatest volunteers that we have. He's done a lot of getting painting done in the school. It just really, and his eye and his creativity.
Right.
He's just so talented.
Right,
We're so
we-
fortunate to have him.
I'm one of our field crew leaders here that does a lot of work down here throughout the summer to get ready, and we're working on those bleachers across the way. But we needed a couple things, and you let Paul know, and he says, I'll order that. And said, I'll put it on my bill to the school. You probably don't ever see that bill. You don't have to answer this. My guess is that bill never makes it past Paul's inbox, but he's acquired some things for us to make our job easier to get things done, and we're grateful to Paul. One of those people, an example of
True
people who do
example
work.
of a supporter here. He is up front with what our needs are and takes care of them for us. Many people that fit that mold for us, and it's a fantastic place to be. I'm starting my 3rd school year here, and
Already?
oh my goodness, yeah.
That doesn't
So,
seem
yeah,
possible.
it doesn't seem possible, but Jake Driver would say green gold never gets old.
That's right.
And it just does not.
And we'll be back here. We're on the road a couple weeks, and we're back homecoming week by the time we're back here for the next home game. So that'll be fun.
And we'll be having a homecoming celebration, so check out social media
Okay.
for all the alumni in the area. A tailgater prior to the game. We're looking forward to that. We've got a lot of special alumni coming back, and we're really looking forward to that celebration.
Great. Any need you want to put out there, or just I'd say, hey, if you're listening, a lot of people listen all over. If there's something you think you can contribute, just call the school and ask for President Rowling. Say, I think I could do this for you, and make sure it's a real offer, not like something that you open up the envelope and or it's couched in something else. Like, well, if you do this, I'll do that. No quid pro quo. Just what can you do? If you're sitting out there, I could, is it write a check? Is it come up and offer an opinion or a helpful something? So you get a hold of the president. She'll make it happen.
I would love it. We've got a lot of great students, and my goal with St. Albert's is to have any child that wants a Catholic education to step up and to come to St. Albert, and we'll help you any way we can financially. And so that's an outreach that we have with our generous sponsors of our students in tuition assistance. It really helps in financing our teachers as well.
Sure.
We've got great teachers that are very dedicated, and that's what we found. So,
and I think people forget, and they often want to think about a project, a gymnasium, a parking lot, or whatever, but really one of the greatest things we have is to help students pay tuition so they can be here.
It
so, I
is.
mean, it's not flashy. You don't put your name on it. You can't walk by and say, I did that. But if you see the kids in the pew on the weekend, or even if you don't know that's the kid you help, you're helping somebody's kids. So,
and you see all of our leaders that have graduated from St. Albert in the community, and that's made possible by the donations. I was one of those that people would donate to help with the tuition, and forever grateful to those things.
all right, one last question. You want to call a play?
Oh my goodness.
Come on, call this kickoff. Call the kickoff, and then we'll get Charlie back on.
We'll put Charlie back on. And
No, okay, no call here. Here we go. It's you.
okay,
Monahan.
got Monahan. Oh wow, what a run! Wow. Oh, holy cow. Okay, so I'm not very good at calling
That's
plays,
okay.
but that was a fantastic
That was an exciting
run.
play. And
Yes, it was.
He got out beyond the 50-yard line, so we're going to give credit to that for that play to President Anaroli for getting the ball into Treynor territory to start the half. Thanks very much for coming up.
Thank you very much.
No,
I'll
you
give
bet.
it back to one
right.
of the professionals.
One of the pretenders, but that's okay. He doesn't look like Chrissy Hines, but he's one of the pretenders.
Matt, put her back on.
Yeah.
Good things happen when she's
I
on the
know.
mic.
I know, right?
Great run there by Monahan. And, of course, as we always like to point out, look at the guys in front blocking, whether it's on the line or the great wall the Falcons had set up there. Great field position for St. Albert. Treynor 45-yard line. Bush will lead out. Monahan, nothing doing there. And he'll lose one on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the Falcons give up a bomb at the end of the half, makes it 14-6. A first half of big plays.
Right.
The Falcons bust a 77-yarder with Monahan.
The three scores were a 77-yard run by Monahan, a 41-yard run by quarterback Dirks for Treynor, and then Elwood caught a 43-yard pass. So no plunges over the goal line. These were all scoring from midfield and beyond.
So a lot of sparklers and then a few big fireworks. 11-15. And Falcons missed one up front, but Monahan will still gain about 3, maybe 4 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and about 8.
Monahan ran for 128 yards in the first half, and the Falcons threw for 33 more. Treynor ran for nearly 100 and passed for 130 for about 230 yards total offense. 1 touchdown passing, 1 interception passing for Treynor.
And so 3rd and about 8 here. And will the Falcons go back to Wettengale, maybe Peckney, Anderson, 3 guys 6'5". You got John Helton out there, number 5. And Marshall, quarterback, giving signals. Falcons moved. We won't call,
okay.
but we had a little movement there.
All right.
And so going to bring up 3rd and about 13. So again, give us a follow if you haven't already, or tell your friends. St. Albert Sports Fan. It's spelled a little different because the well, it just is. You can't have
character limits.
Character limits. Well said. But you'll figure it out. St. Albert Sports Fan. Also Austin Heinen tonight. We sent out that tweet as well. Great interview with President Rolling, Matt. Couldn't hear all of it, but Joe Conley really got things rolling here a little while back, and then President Rolling, she's just taken the ball here and ran here recently. So good things happening on the hill. And here is going to be the bomb up top. That is almost impossible to catch.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's really tough to catch in the backyard. Now put a helmet on.
Right.
With not ideal lighting, and that ball's almost
back.
impossible to see.
You just can't catch it coming over your. There's not a shoulder for it to come over.
And so the Falcons will punt. Parker Heisterkamp in for the Falcons.
Number 14.
And back deep for the Falcons is Luke Anderson. And Elwood will stand at his own 15-yard line. 10:05 to go here in the 3rd. That's a one-hopper. Good job by Anderson. Didn't panic and gets off a really good punt. That ball will bounce the 20-yard line. It nearly touches Treynor again. We talked about that earlier. Well, that could have been a disaster and turned out to be beautiful.
Yeah, 41-yard on the punt.
And so now Treynor will start deep in their own territory. Expect a lot of that zone read from Caden Dirks and Kyle Moss. Really effective in the first half. Kind of the 3-man band when you throw in Elwood.
Right.
Well, early on in the year, you're going to learn a few things as the scoreboard goes out, but not our scoreboard. Now their scoreboard back on. Again, I want to thank Bryan Holder tonight. Just wonderful photography.
We're getting a lot of comments on the quality of the picture.
Yes, quality of the picture and the fact that the broadcast has not come out yet. You saw a Falcon drop like he had been hit hard in the back. He was not. That has cramp written all over. He literally just dropped. And he's saying, I'm okay. Well, that's not great news. Not good if anybody goes down, but that's Tony Bush.
Right.
He's going to shake it off.
He's going to give her a shake.
That's a fireman.
He is being subbed out because he's going to be Sawyer Sheffield coming in his place.
So got to get some fluids in Bush. It's early. It's been warm.
Right.
And Bush has played a lot.
Right.
And here is Dirks, and Dirks going to keep it himself. Little shake and bake for about 5. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. So we have a dark press box. It's just the way it's got to be. So
Right.
it's a little tougher to talk numbers and players as the game goes on, but we'll do our best. Good ball game tonight.
Yeah, I kind of like the ambiance we have going.
I do too. I do too. 3rd and an important 4. Deep inside Treynor territory. Ball's about their own 12-yard line. Dirks patiently waits, and he'll take the snap. And this is to give a rough left-hand side. He'll have enough for the first down. Good work there by Kyle Moss. And good line play up front by Treynor. 57's Jared Schwarty. Help leading the way. 51 is Holden Minahan. 77 is Mike Helvey. And we, of course, apologize for my butchering of names. We've been the best we can.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun formation, everyone taking their time. I think both teams content a little clockwork tonight. Here's quarterback keeper off left-hand side, going to be hit hard. And hit from behind is Cale Hobbs in on the stop. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. Defensive back down to the bottom of your screen, Aaron Kiley. He wears 1950 on the line there. That's David Helton. Called Brother John a few times. David doing good work. Undersized lineman for the Falcons goes 5'8", 185. He'll probably wrestle 72. And here's the toss up top. Good throw, good catch, and a good tackle by Parker Heisterkamp. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3, maybe 4.
Parker Heisterkamp, member of the student council, along with our Alexis here running our computer.
Noah Gallus checks in for the Falcons. 175-pound sophomore. Noah wears 54. Ball's on the ground. Falcons have the football. St. Albert has the football at the Treynor 15-yard line. 2 turnovers tonight deep inside Treynor territory. We'll see if the Falcons can convert this time. As Gavin Somerville, 52, checks in for the Falcons.
Charlie, did you see? I did not see who fell on it.
Here comes 13, Owen Marshall to lead the troops. That was one of the big fellas up front, and it was. Hang on here. I'm going to see a little replay. Guess who, Matt?
Tony Bush?
The freshman Sawyer Sheffield in on the fumble recovery.
All right.
Welcome to the big time, Mr. Sheffield.
I'm going to have to text Matt about this, his dad.
Great family. St.
Right.
Pat's, 5 o'clockers. Toss sweep, left-hand side. Here's Monahan. What a block.
Score.
Monahan
Score.
going to take it. Brendan Monahan in for the score. And it's 14-12 with 7:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Look at the blocking up front and the fullback Bush with the cramp, who will now check back out. Matt, that was a thing of beauty.
That was. You knew when he got it in that kind of space, no matter. He only had 2 guys to beat, and that's going to happen routinely. Now we're going for 2, I'm guessing?
I would sure think so. I'm laughing at myself because I can hear myself get a little excited.
Well, the field crew the other night took extra special care to put that line there, but they're not going to use it. They're going to go out to the hash.
Kind of going old school Notre Dame with the stripes in the end zone there.
We outlined the stripes, and
Luke Wettengale checks in for the Falcons. I wouldn't doubt if they look to his side for a little fade up top. And as I say that, of course, he'll come down to the bottom of your screen. And now the Falcons going to put Monahan at quarterback. Monahan was the quarterback wearing 24 last year. He'll go quarterback right now. And he's going to roll out right-hand side, going to cut it up. He'll go in for the score. Matt, I love it. Sometimes coaches at all levels get a little cute and make it too complicated. No need there. Monahan in for the 2-point conversion. And it's 14-all midway through the 3rd quarter. Sawyer Sheffield recovers the fumble. Tony Bush leads out Monahan. He scores, and Monahan in for 2. And a fun Friday night football game.
Lots of them. So I'm going to catch up with you here in a second, Charlie. Lots of numbers to write down now. Things are happening in a hurry.
If you could see Matt and his pen and his paper there, there's smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, there we go. 146 yards on 14 carries and 2 touchdowns. Sawyer Sheffield, though, with the big fumble recovery, as Charlie mentioned. But we like all the kids, but Sawyer ran the scoreboard for us at basketball broadcast as a younger kid, probably 4 or 5 years ago. He would show up and just put the scores up for us and make sure we were up to date.
Family came to us from the Gretna area about 5 years ago. Been a wonderful addition to the St. Albert family. Older sis might be watching tonight in Kearney.
Is that where she's going to school?
She's a Loper.
All right.
So there's the St. Albert cheer team. Great work by them. I tell you what, Matt, those ladies with Coach Dunning and Coach McBride put in a ton of time. I mean, they are starting early in June. They're going at 6:30 in the morning. Jumps and stunts. They bring in professionals from the area to talk to the ladies about, life. And that cheer team puts in a lot of work, as does the St. Albert dance team and band. Good kick by the freshman Bodie Sims down about the 12-yard line. Run over off left-hand side. He's got plenty of running room, and then is swiped from the side. And a good tackle there. I understand why they do what they do in college and the NFL, but boy, kickoff returns are one of the most exciting plays in football.
53, is that Cole Hobbs?
Brandon McCall.
It was
from Sylvan Drive
over
on the north side.
It wasn't the clothesline, but he stuck out an arm and kind of smacked him across the chest as he went by.
Yep.
That kept him from going.
So all right, we're going to get to this in a second. Here's the look up top. Good block downfield, but a good tackle there by Helton. So Alexis is friendly with a lineman from Fremont Mills, Cooper Marvel. Great family. Cooper's a big guy. He throws the shot, throws the disc. Not small. Well, he's the kicker tonight for Fremont Mills. Love that kind of stuff. 2nd and 6 here. Ball's the 40. 7:30 to go here in the third.
The only thing that can make it better if he also picked up a trombone at halftime.
Yep. And that pass is going to go incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. Couple plays. Pass defense has given up a few yards, but in general, Matt, Falcon defense has been stout tonight.
Right.
Looking for one more here. If Treynor is forced to punt, he didn't have a jersey on in the pregame, but their punter was booming balls.
Yeah, they've had a couple punts for 36 and.
Flag up top. Falcons will have the stop. Will they? Who's the penalty on? Might have been a formation. If so, they'll decline it.
Right. Went for no gain. Moss.
So we'll wait for the officials here. We say this all the time, but these officials do great work.
Right.
They always need more officials. Your son is an official.
Right.
Got started, and now working big college games. It's an opportunity to get out, travel, see some great football, get paid.
Make some friends.
Make some friends.
We're still waiting for the call here. We're going to hear from the white hat, the referee, Keith Wohlers.
So we're teaching a little football to our producer here.
All right.
So she knows there's 3 timeouts per half.
They're discussing a little bit, see what it is. And this team, this group not mic'd up, I think they're going to ask the St. Albert coaches a question, what it is that they want to do.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
They used to, you had to talk to the captain, and all the coaches did was just tell the captain what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And
the legal procedure on Treynor, are they going to decline that?
Tony Bush getting worked on by Nick Finken about the 20-yard line. We won't say for what, but I think he'll probably play again. 24 checks back in, Kyle Irwin. And out checks one of the big guys, Jaden Beckman.
He's a big fella.
And
I said that admiringly.
One of those guys that energetic on the line.
Yeah.
And our love for the big guys up front.
Nice kick
There's one of those boomers we were talking about. Right over Monahan's head. Go ahead and get away from it, fellas. They wisely do. In a battle of field position now, St. Albert will take over on their 10-yard line. As, the freshman Bodie Sims, he's going to go ahead and go out and get the place kicking tee that he left out there about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. 48-yard kick.
Don't we have a Falcon that can swoop down and pick it up and fly it off the field? Matt, you know what I think I might be going to tonight?
What's that?
A little post-game meal.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little take-home.
Oh,
Oh, Alexis nailed it. Yeah, thanks for the surprise.
Pizza King?
Little Pizza King.
Oh, man.
And it's been a favorite of mine, and now Melissa's on board with
All right.
a little jalapeno and pepperoni pizza.
Jalapeno. I've told you our favorite. I'll remind you after the play. It's a Lenten special we have at our house.
Shrimp.
No. Timeout by.
And here's a flag down at the bottom.
Maybe 2 guys on the line.
So we were on a walk the other night. We walked by Pizza King, saw former coach Petrie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were on their way to Wyoming this week. Of course, let's go to Wyoming and have Iowa State play Creighton.
Hey, Creighton won.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 sets.
He kind of wondered if that would happen.
Creighton's
Anyway,
good.
they went Greek Cowboy down there. They had the Greek Cowboy. Of course, the Polis family, great supporters of St. Albert.
Right.
St. Albert sports fan. So that'll push the Falcons back a few more. Be first and 15.
At during Lenten season, when we get a pizza on Friday night, when we're not doing a fish fry,
Yep.
we'll get a pizza occasionally, and it is a anchovy and green olive.
Holy smokes.
It is the sodium special.
Who's got the mouthwash?
We
afterwards?
both
Good
do. Well,
grief.
yeah.
Here's good to Monahan, right-hand side. He'll be tackled in the backfield. Nothing doing.
Mutually assured destruction if we both get it.
Second and 17. Speaking of meals, want to thank the folks in the concession stand, Kirk Campbell,
Yeah,
Kelly Crone, and their
Crone.
crew. And, of course, those proceeds go back to the school. And I think, as always, with most things St. Albert, the volunteer ends up spending a fair amount of their own time and money.
They were here, yes, they're here all week.
We got here at 5, and Kelly was already working in the concession stand. And if the line's a little deep and you don't like it, hey, head on back.
Yeah.
Get in the building and do a little volunteering. Second and 17. Here's toss sweep left side. Monahan nearly brought down in the backfield, and Monahan's going to bowl his way forward. Finishes the run. Picks up 7, maybe 8 on the carry. Going to bring up 3rd and 9. And Matt, I don't think I get too cute here. I might keep the ball on the ground even though it's 3rd and 9.
Yes. A toss to the outside might be like a short pass.
I think a lot of people wondered what this team is going to look like after a 1-7 season. I think those questions have been answered.
Right.
This is a good football team.
There's progress in the offseason.
I formation, tight end up top, twins down below, and they're going to throw down to the bottom. Of course, here's Helton. And I say, of course, because I'm predicting running. So here's the throw. Gain of about 6, going to be short of the first down, going to bring up 4th and 3. The Falcons barely got one off last time, so keep an eye on the snap here. Gavin Somerville will check in. So for those not aware, you kind of take the big guys out on the line here and took little guys in that can run and cover. This will be Brandon McCall on the snap. So now kind of the new thing the last 10 years is they do put a lineman back about 5 yards, and he's one of the lead blockers. That's Beckman back there. Good snap this time. Falcons get it off. And here's kind of a knuckleball that's going to be caught. Not fair caught, but caught and ran for a couple. And that'll be Caden Dirks down about the 40-yard line.
Punt was just 24 yards that time.
Nebraska Cornhuskers in action tomorrow over in Dublin, the soccer stadium at 11:30, 13.5-point favorite. Wyoming, Illinois goes mid-afternoon. Then the late-night special, Vanderbilt at Hawaii. So if you're really desperate for football, late tomorrow night.
So the Commodores sail over there?
That's a good question, Matt. Oh, that's perfectly legal. That's a tricky, wonderful play brought down by Brandon McCall. You know, as a defender, Matt, what do you do?
Right.
He can run it. He can hand it off. He can throw it. That is a really difficult play to defend.
He has not crossed the line of scrimmage. He could throw it forward, and that was kind of pretty much a straight lateral. As long as it's behind the line, he can still throw that forward while running forward.
Yep. Mike Geyer checking in.
I saw that.
Mike, thanks for your
Yeah,
work.
thanks. Oh, man. I'm glad he wasn't listening earlier when we said good things about him, because I pretend like I didn't.
Trainer coaching staff saying feed him. They're saying feed Kyle Moss with a big carry.
Moss in the first half.
Gain of 12.
Yeah, didn't break as many, but now I think maybe some fatigue is setting in, and he's becoming effective now. There's no question
If this
about
was
that.
the first half, I think, Matt, you'd think about calling a defensive timeout here, but you got to save him here in the second half. And now they'll throw up top. And a good shifty move. Look at that. That's something that we haven't seen in a little while. And that is a flock of Falcons in on the tackles. We do have a man down who's slow to get up.
Parker Heisterkamp was the guy who finished him off. Didn't start it, but I didn't see who started the play, but Parker finished.
That was Helton that was down. They'll check him out. They'll bring Holiday in. Cole Hobbs is 20. And Monahan, they're the linebackers. Falcons going more to a 4-4 here. Here's they give up the middle. And a good stick there by Holiday. Hobbs. And so this will bring up 3rd and about 9. Fritz Krohn, Mike Noon, Matt Noon, the crew. Saw Nate Noon up here earlier, but those guys generally on the chain gang.
Mike was here doing field crew last week. He went in to check on the equipment.
Really?
Make sure it was ready to go. Yep.
Noah Waterman checks into the backfield, 23 for the Cardinals. And here comes the quarterback. And this is Dirks for some. Needed 9, got 5, but that is in field goal range for the Cardinals, right in the center of the field. 3:13 to go here in the 3rd. Some new info on St. Albert Sports Fan today. The summer, early fall newsletter from Carrie Ashley, the new alumni director, is up. And then she also has the St. Albert Alumni and Friends Golf Tournament up in maybe year 26 or so.
Okay, yes.
So you can sign up online.
September 18th.
And you can pay online, which would be kind of nice too. Here's the give up the middle. Not going to have it. It's going to be a little closer than I had originally thought. Short by about a yard, maybe 2. And the Falcon defense once again comes up big.
So we saw, of course, before as the first half ended, Charlie, a big momentum play for Treynor scoring on that 43-yard pass to number 2 to Elwood. But the Falcons came out, picked up a fumble, and scored right after that. But the Treynor has gone fumble and turn it over on downs in their first 2 possessions here of the 3rd quarter of the 2nd half. So momentum is kind of even back out. That play gone and forgotten. You have to give the Falcons credit for moving on.
Noah Gallus, 54, checks in for the Falcons. New fullback, we'll try and get him. Bush still on the sidelines. Helmet kind of nearby, but I'm kind of starting to wonder if we're going to see him again. And
That's
here is the fullback. And the fullback looking for a little contact 31? There. 31 is Matthew Holiday. And Holiday is a 5'9", 175-pound junior. So the Falcons give up a little size there, but some speed. Sawyer Sheffield also getting worked on. Just looks like a little bloody nose. They're going to stuff a tissue up there. Should be good to go. Matthew Holiday comes to us from Glenwood, Iowa.
All right.
I formation, 1st and 10. The big play from the fullback. And here's Holiday leading out Monahan. Monahan still looks fresh. Monahan on his feet. Monahan breaking tackles. Brendan Monahan down at the 49, 50-yard line.
25.
A confidence builder when one of your leaders and captains, Tony Bush, checks out, and the Falcons still picking up yardage. It'll be 1st and 10 at midfield.
I like the play calling. You get Holiday in there, give him the ball right away.
You bet.
It's a new fresh look. Did a nice job.
Sometimes it doesn't allow you to think. It
Right.
just lets you be an athlete. Get some of the nerves off.
When we have a chance to have a kind of a story about a holiday, about a father holiday, but
Okay.
it's a timeout story.
They're going to go with the Holiday Inn over on Dodge, on 74th and Dodge. And Monahan is tackled as he receives the handoff. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. Holiday Inn, kind of a little loungy joint on 74th and Dodge. Kind of one of those neighborhood places. Jams right nearby. 19 Aaron Kiley checks in. So the Vogels have moved to North Phoenix, Scottsdale area to work at the Mayo Clinic.
Okay, great.
Luke Wettengale checks in for the Falcons, number 8. Keep an eye on the big fellas up front. The Falcons are looking for the play. Well, we don't have a running back. That's usually kind of important. Well, let's run something else. Marshall says
timeout.
And I think Coach Driver says, no. We don't want to burn it, but we need to.
Right. So since we do have a timeout, here's when I would say this was 44 years ago when I was a freshman at Loris College in Dubuque. And I went to Loris because the priests here, Father Monahan, Father Orr, and Father Hurley all said, you should go there.
Okay.
So
yes, sir.
They encouraged me and reached out to some of the folks. Great decision, great experience. But there was a priest who lived in our hall, old building, and his name was Father Creighton.
Okay.
But people called him Father Holiday. And the thought being when he passes away, we're going to get a couple days off school for his visitation and funeral. So we called him Father Holiday. He had the last laugh. He passed away, not my first year, but the second year during Christmas vacation. So actually, the Father Holiday did come true, but not in the way students hoped to be able to get out of class. So, but we did name our in memoriam, named our intramural volleyball team after him. So it wasn't.
Very nice.
It wasn't derision. It was a term. It was
You're
honor.
still playing volleyball to this day.
I still am.
John Helton checks in at halfback for the Falcons. He's played here before. It's been a while. He does like to stand deep. He's 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And here is the pass, and that ball is going to be, oh, mama, that would have been a pick six. So the Falcons have made a few mistakes and gotten away with it tonight. One of them they didn't. That one they do. Whew, that would have been pick six. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, just like we don't call out names of kids who make a play about, penalty line, we're not going to call that kid's name. He feels badly enough.
You bet. He saw the end zone before he caught the ball, and just a reminder, they're high school kids.
Yeah. Goes down as a scary incompletion.
Yep. Falcons twins up top, one down below. I formation in the backfield. Falcons stay put up front. And here's Helton off right-hand side. Nothing doing. Loss of 5. Going to bring up 4th and 15.
Inside. 63 for Treynor on the tackle. And my page cut off. I lost him.
A lot of
Zach Robbins.
I wonder if his dad's Dan.
Oh yeah. Be about 4th and 15.
Matt, this could be a battle of attrition down the stretch. A lot of good athletes going both ways. Warm fall Friday night, first game of the year. They're really not in the game shape they'd like to be.
It was humid today.
Really humid.
Ran home and mowed my yard before I came here. And
good rainstorm today, and some clouds later on just kind of stuck around. Tony Bush still on the sidelines. I don't think we're going to see him again tonight. Falcons get it off.
Take a bounce.
This ball will take a bounce. Down to the 20. It'll be down about the 15-yard line.
40 yards on the kick.
So once again, the St. Albert defense, who has played really well tonight, sans 2 plays, going to be called on once again as Treynor takes over here. That was the end of the 3rd as we start the 4th.
A momentous 3rd for the Falcons. They scored 8 points to get back to tie this game.
C.J. Gradeville, 2007 grad, one of the best kickers in state history, and also still holds some NAIA kicking records. Coaching the Falcon kickers and DBs on the sideline.
Some special teams work too. I saw him coaching up here as a practice when we were doing some field crew work, and he was coaching the kickoff team and the kick receiving team, so has those special teams jobs as part of his work.
There's Sophie Sheffield, the cheerleader up there. You just saw her little brother just recovered the fumble.
Well, as the 4th quarter starts, the curfew must have gone off. I see my dad, Ray Madsen, heading for home.
Time to head for the hills.
He probably has to work tomorrow at one of our sponsors, Cutler O'Neill Funeral Home.
Plum Brugenhemke, you just saw her. Her grandma unfortunately just passed away. And Plum is the cheer captain for the Saints. She's a junior. Corpus Christi, smoked but yet grilled pork chop tomorrow. $25 at the door. And if you think, that's kind of but you know what? It's a money raiser, folks.
It's the fall festival put on by the Knights of Columbus this time. I bought my tickets a few weeks ago.
There you go.
And just in case, if I'm not back from Harlan in time from officiating, I gave my tickets to my parents, and I'll buy some more at the door.
Well, let's talk about Harlan here in a second.
Yeah, we will.
Dirks in the backfield with Moss. Elwood up top. Those are the guys you got to keep an eye on. And here's the giveaway off left-hand side.
Nice wrap up. Who was that? 20?
That was Holiday.
Yeah. Maybe
Excuse me, Cole Hobbs. Cole Hobbs. As I often like to say, because it's still true, my wife likes to tell me, seldom right and wrong again. Good action in the north end zone. Some flag football, saw a little volleyball early on. Just kids having fun. Shotgun, going to look up the middle now. That ball is going to be caught and brought down right away by Helton. And that ball is going to be caught by 14 Noah Nelson.
New receiver.
And so Nelson going to be really close to the first down. I think it's going to be 3rd and about half a yard.
I hate to say this, Charlie, but Elwood, with all those big catches in the first half for nearly 100 yards, doesn't really have anything going so far this half. So there's something for the Falcons, some other weapon to consider.
Give up the middle, enough for the first down. That's Moss. You know, President Rowling talked about different things that you can do. One I've always wanted to do, if somebody has the capability, let's get a big screen inside the concession stand. So the folks that are in there working, making your meal, your dog, your popcorn, whatever it is, because it's about a 30-second delay, they can see it in the concession stand.
You know, inside and outside. So people are
great
standing
idea.
in line to buy their.
Going to be a formation penalty here on Treynor. Going to bring up first and 15, 10:52 to go here in the first. Charlie Narmi, Matt Madsen, Alexis Narmi, and Bryan Holder with not only great camera work, but a great camera.
Right.
And Sean Monahan helped get us set up with all of this as well. So credit to everyone. Kevin White on the PA this year. Chad Hannon on the scoreboard, assisted by Owen Bergen.
Larry Moore doing some spotting for
Yeah.
PA man Kevin White.
Talk about a dedicated volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
Larry's been around a long time in the press box, helping various coaching staffs out.
Baseball,
Football, baseball.
and scouting for football. He and Richie doing stats and tracking.
That ball is going to be caught by Alan Young. Young still on his feet, 40, 45, still on his feet, 50, 45. And Alan Young finally tossed out of bounds about the 44-yard line. Little fatigue setting in now. Got to wrap up.
18 yards on the pickup.
So the Falcons have some numbers. A lot of those guys are youngsters, though. Good things coming. .72 checks back in. Sam Raymond. Raymond a little more action than we expected tonight. Shotgun, Moss. Recurring theme, 5 yards, 6, maybe 6. We'll give him 6. Going to bring up 2nd and 4.
It appeared to be more. Fortunate stopped where he was.
Falcons are going to have to find a little something inside. Treynor starting to roll here on this drive. And Beckman says, well, I'll take her. And they said, no, we already got 11. He'll hustle back off the field. And give up to Moss once again. And good wrapping up.
Yeah.
Falcons wrapping up this year like the old days.
Yes.
And Elwood out of the ballgame. I think this is a cramp. He just threw his helmet off to the side, hustled off to the side, and looks like he's being tended to with a cramp.
You know, that could have been that's been going on part of the half and we haven't seen.
Yep.
Which is maybe why he's noticeable by his absence.
So now 18 Allen Young's down at the bottom. Wouldn't be surprised if they went his way if they were to throw it. And here's quarterback keeper with Dirks. And Falcons cannot wrap up, and Helton will bring him down about the 28-yard line. This Treynor's got a little something cooking here. Falcons need to find it, and they need to find it up front. And 56, Jaden Beckman back in for St. Albert. 52's Gavin Somerville. 50's David Helton up top. 55's Cale Hobbs. They're the 4 guys up front. And I was going to say, it looked like the Falcons were held at David Helton, and they're going to throw a flag. I don't think this play is going to stand,
no,
Matt.
It's not.
So we have a Falcon down on the ground.
Yeah, my only fear was we believe it's coming back. Believe it's a hold on Treynor, but was that in the process of trying to drag down Moss, one of the guys with face masking, but it did not happen. The second flag would have.
John Helton's slow to get up as Sawyer Sheffield checks in. John and David checking on each other.
All right.
Might be the only time you see that.
Yeah. There's brotherly love, but then there's,
Yeah. Then let's just get after it and
sibling,
settle it.
And there's sibling rivalry.
We told this story last year. We'll tell it again. We heard they had a good scrap one morning on the way to weightlifting over somebody else's driving. Poor Anna, the trip. She's got to put up with them. Great kids, though. First and about 20. And they'll look down to the bottom. Parker Heisterkamp can't quite get there, but he does his job.
Yep.
He holds him up. Gain of about 5, maybe 6.
Right.
Going to bring up second, almost 15.
He's about 50% of the size of the guy he's trying to tackle, but he held him there.
Yep.
Stood his ground until he got some help.
Yep. And now
Did what the coaches
Heisterkamp,
wanted him to do.
a little ginger there.
Yeah. You know my favorite joke. Who you calling ginger?
Shirley, don't call me Shirley. Noah Gallus, 54, checks back in. Possible throwing down. I don't think I see Elwood up top. And they're going to look up top. Speaking of up top, and that ball is going to go incomplete. Good coverage there by Parker Heisterkamp. And that's just size there, Matt just said.
Yeah.
Just had the size, couldn't bring it in, though. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 14. Not sure that's home field advantage or not, but the lighting here is sometimes difficult for visitors.
It's better than it was 15 years ago.
That's a fact. 3rd and 14 might be 4 down territory. This would be about a 49-yarder. And so this will be quarterback keeper up the middle. Boy, he's shifty.
Right.
Boy, he runs that well. Going to be a gain of a few, and that's going to bring up 4th and 11. Bend but don't break one more time, let's hope. Good ball game tonight. Thanks for joining us here on St. Albert Sports Fan. Falcons at Riverside next week, I believe. Haven't even looked that far ahead
Is
yet.
it Underwood next week? I think we're at Underwood.
Okay. Let us know. Somebody let us know.
Somebody who knows something.
Tell us where we're going
like,
next week.
Not us.
Where am I driving to? Here's a pass for the middle. That ball might have been tipped, we'll say.
There are 2 guys there, bent over at the waist, unhappy that they didn't catch it. First the defender, and then the receiver. Both had a chance.
Holiday.
Yeah, neither one completed the deal.
Falcons somehow, after it looks like Treynor, and they were just rolling.
Just ready to take over the game.
Jacob Pote in the game, number 80 for the Cardinals. 63 out there is Zach Robbins.
So that's the 4th
Joey
drive
Bittner.
for Treynor this half. They turned it over, they punted, turned it over, fumbled, turned it over on downs twice. So that sounds like the defense is doing a nice job for St. Albert.
And so Bush still out of the ball game. Monahan at halfback. Toss sweep right hand side. Gonna throw it.
Wettengale.
And Wettengale's pass is going to go incomplete. Man, I love the play call.
Yeah, it was a good call.
I love the play call. Let him think about Monahan played quarterback last year. Maybe stretch things out of it, but now you are 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think they picked the correct receiver and try to get to somebody who could win that jump ball. Got it head and shoulders above the size of the next guy. Good attempt.
First down here, though, would be huge. Try and get that, even though a lot of them are playing both ways, give that defense a little break.
Right, at least from their defensive motions.
Sam Goebbels not in uniform tonight for the Falcons, still nursing an injury. Here's Monahan, left-hand side. Monahan still on his feet, going to bowl his way forward. Gain of about 7, going to bring up 2nd and 3. 6:55 to go here in the ball game. Charlie Narmi, Matt Madsen, Alexis Narmi, Bryan Holder, the broadcast night. Thanks for joining us. We're as shocked as you. We've not had any technical difficulties, not because of Alexis or Bryan, but just because.
Well, we have to, in part, thank, of course, the people you just mentioned, and then Monahan, Sean Monahan.
Yep. Took the day off of work today to make this happen. 3rd and 3. And here is the fullback. What a beautiful play call. A little belly play to Cole Hobbs. And Hobbs, real shifty back there, picks up the first down. A little confidence builder for the Falcons. Be 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Matt?
Yes.
As you and I both know, sometimes you need a woman to tell you what to do and where to go. Debbie Burke tells us we're going to Riverside next week.
Okay, thank you, Debbie.
1st and 10, 46-yard line. Marshall under center. Done a nice job tonight. Here's Hobbs again. Treynor had it sniffed out this time. That's okay. Gives Monahan a little play off. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. So Matt will be used to it. Again, next week, we're all on the same side of the field.
Right. And with more bleacher capacity here.
Probably a few cows off into the distance.
Oh, yeah. Away in a manger.
Fun complex out there. You want a good meal. They've got one of the more massive grills in the area. 2nd and 9. Good program now rolling again out there at Riverside. Toss sweep, left-hand side. Hobbs will lead him out. Hobbs, good choice. He picks up the second guy. There's Monahan. Monahan runs a man over. Monahan still on his feet. He'll score! One of the better runs you'll see in Falcon football history. You're going to
53 yards.
53. I was going 35. I was so darn excited.
Yeah.
So go back and look at Hobbs. He could have picked up the first guy. He knew he didn't need him. Picks up the second, and Monahan takes it from there. A spectacular Vince Lieber type run. But Matt, they're going to call him out of bounds about the 18-yard line. That takes a little thunder away from all of us.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Okay.
That still is a heck of a
53,
run.
and
now changes the field position here. I formation. And here's Hobbs. And again, that's the old, we're going to give our guy a play off.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Not taking anything from Hobbs. He's done a really nice job filling in for Bush. He just picked up a first down. 4:55. Falcons had a field goal doink off the crossbar earlier. So this is in make territory.
That puts Monahan, Charlie, at about 2 1/4, 225 yards rushing after that 37-yard scamper.
Joel Gentili-like. But you had a good comparison earlier from Monahan we'll get to.
Yeah. Think of 2007.
Twin receivers up top, and that'll give us time to talk as the Falcons call their 2nd timeout of the half. 2007.
So, yeah, Falcons had a speedy but undersized running back. Tony Notek was not just slender, very speedy, but loved to run the contact.
Yep.
But so I think
he almost went to go find it.
He wanted to go find kids to hit, and so his dad, Dan, and Dan helped us broadcast many basketball games over the years. But Tony just loved to hit people and run into folks, but also very speedy, a talented 400 and 800 runner at state level. But I think what we're seeing with Monahan is just as fast, but runs away from people. Notek, more slight, likes to run into people.
Yep.
The stockier Monahan likes to run away from them.
Yep.
So,
but not afraid to run over if he needs
to. Needs to get there.
He's got a little combo of another great Falcon back, Brandon Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Also a state trackster. There's the cheer team doing just a great job.
Yeah, what would that comparison be? I think Fisher might have had quicker feet side to side, but not as much straight line acceleration as as Monahan.
Our producer, Alexis Narmi, has confirmed that Tony Bush is done for the night. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. I formation, 4:29 to go. Here's Monahan, right-hand side. Good block. But we just missed one guy, and Bradley Stock in on the tackle for the Cardinals. What that does, though, Matt, is that puts the ball right in the middle of the field. So you could pass it here incomplete. Well, now you're lined up for that possible field goal. Aaron Kiley checks in for St. Albert. Falcons only score here in the 2nd half. Treynor scored at the buzzer in the 1st half on a 43-yard bomb. Toss sweep nearly went over Monahan's head. He'll catch it, run over a man, flip over. He'll be short of the first down by about 2.5, 3 yards.
On the left side of the field.
Interesting play call, Matt. What say you?
Here comes the field goal unit.
Yep. Treynor coach is next to us, yelled it out.
I think that probably the coach said, "You like it from that side?" And he said, "Sure, I can do it from there, Coach."
You bet. I love the confidence.
I think there was a post play call, not before. It didn't say which way you want us to run it. It's, can you do it from there?
Can't ask for a much better ball game than this. We're now 3:15 to go. Here is the freshman, Kyle Irwin. Monahan gets it down. Irwin's kick is up.
Good.
And it's good. It is good. The freshman, Kyle Irwin, won the job late last week and makes the field goal, and the Falcons lead 17-14 with 3:06 to go.
Charlie chipped in a 9-iron.
You bet. A little backspin on it, too. A little hot sauce.
He lofted it up, and it was, that might be the slowest field goal I've ever seen. Or maybe, maybe my reaction time is just slow. Like, that hung in the air for a long time.
A couple of great Falcon golfers, Brad Crone, Sean Coop Davis, a little hot sauce on that 9-iron. Kick is good. 3:06 to go in the ball game. And we've been saying it all night, Matt. Need that Falcon defense to come up big one more time.
Well, Charlie, we burned 2 minutes and 7 seconds from that our score we thought was a score earlier, so took 2 more minutes off the clock to put those 3 points on the board.
Coach Gino Gentili, who's back in the building coaching 5th, 6th graders, always talks about juice. Maybe that gave the Falcons a little juice here for the defense coming down the stretch. And now they might. Yep, here comes Bodie Sims, the freshman, to kick off. Need a good one here.
What was the distance on the field? I don't remember.
It's a great question.
We
Matt.
were at about the 12.
I was going to say maybe about the 15-ish.
Oh, okay.
Make it about a 32-yarder.
Yep.
So again, on the field goal, you always add the extra 10. Oh, Alexis is going to rewind it for us, Matt.
Oh, man.
We're going to make this official.
All right.
Alexis, you're going to spoil us.
Yeah.
I think it was about 32. So here's Bodie Sims, the freshman. Freshman kicker. That's going to go. That's a live ball. Trainer coach is screaming, get on it. And they will, but the Falcons wrap up well. John Helton in on the stop of the 33-yard line. Again, that was a live football. Think of it like an onside kick. And so that ball was, Matt, that was a 28-yarder.
28.
28-yarder. Thank you, Alexis, for the rewind on
Yes,
YouTube.
thank you.
All the ladies coming through tonight. Debbie Burke, Alexis.
Yes.
Joanne Epperson checking in tonight as well. Look like the back move, not going to call it. Here's the pass over the middle. Going to be caught, going to be stuck. Stuck there by Cole Hobbs, coming up big. The Hobbs brothers. Cole's a sophomore. Kale's the senior. Going to bring up 2nd and 2. Falcons got beat deep early to end the half. Got away with one here a few minutes ago. Got to keep an eye on that long ball. Going to put Danny Kinsella in motion.
That slot receiver, 43, took off 2 seconds
That's what I
early.
thought. Falcons overran it, and they'll eventually bring it down about the
43
47.
was halfway down the field before the ball got snapped.
A lot of movement that just getting through.
Oh, well, there's one person's opinion.
This is good. Tim Vogel on his game tonight.
Right.
That kick was held up
Yeah.
by the collective inhale breath of the St. Albert
gosh.
fans.
Oh, my.
Give up the middle here, and the Falcons shoestring tackle. And Kyle Moss starting to roll here. Is Treynor now working their way into field goal territory. Ball at the 40-yard line, 2:10 to go. Monahan checks back in. Holiday checks out. Bush out of the ball game. Shotgun formation. And they're going to give Moss once again. Falcons got pinned inside, but a really nice tackle there. Maybe Helton. We'll see. Get up, young man, if you can. Looking for some help. Hey, really good sportsmanship there by 51, Holden Minahan. Minahan? Yeah, so that's Minahan. His dad owns OSA Baseball Softball Academy here in town. Our kids go there. Great spot down by LPL's, the old Pusey School, OSA Baseball Softball Academy. Good sportsmanship, young man. Got your old man a plug. Shotgun formation. Falcons missed the coverage and got away with it.
Yeah.
Talk about collective inhale breath.
I think when the defender cut off to what he thought was an out route, the receiver said, oh, wait, maybe I was supposed to run it out. Paused momentarily, and the ball went over his head.
You know how we talked early on that the Falcons were going to jump that route, but maybe Treynor would figure that, go deep. Well, they went deep. Falcons got away with one there. Going to bring up 2nd and 10, 1:39 to go.
Ball on the 38, so
still 4 down territory.
3 timeouts remaining. Probably just said that.
And Treynor's going to look up top, and that ball is
what do we have?
Incomplete. And Matt, of importance, I have not seen Mr. Elwood back, who has just been slaying the Falcons.
Right, probably some other cramping
with
or
an
something
injury.
going on.
So key injuries
Yeah.
both sides. Carson Elwood had himself a really good ball
Oh,
game tonight.
first half to write home about.
3rd and 10. 1:34 to go. Great Friday night football game. Here's the pass over the middle. A little hot to handle. Incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and 10 and possibly the ball game.
Timeout.
Treynor, though, with 3 timeouts, though, Matt, right?
Are they going to use one?
I don't think I do here. Might need
All right.
them in case you don't get it.
Well, the clock has stopped, so
Yep. So
But this-
Helton to check in.
I suppose they know what the play call is.
Coaching staff on top of it tonight. They can see when guys are kind of limping and moving around and getting them out of the game.
Yeah.
A little more depth than we thought. Holiday was going to go cover up top. They're going to look over the middle now up top. Chased out of the pocket. The ball's going to be caught. All
First
depends
down.
upon the spot.
That's-
All depends upon the
I
spot.
think they got it. I really do. I think
Chains
they,
are right
I think
there.
he
The
found
official
chain and
never
got
looked.
ahead.
He never looked. He marked it. It just depends upon the spot. Not a first down. The official never once looked back, nor should he. Handled it correctly. Stopped a football short, and 1st and 10 with 1:26 to go for the green and gold.
Shows you what I know. That's good. We'll take that.
So here he comes. Owen Marshall, the quarterback, the sophomore, first-year starter. Got to take care of the football. Falcons lead by 3, 1:26 to go. Going to need at least 1, maybe 2 first downs. Treynor with 3 timeouts.
Right.
And here is the give. Everyone in the world knew it was coming,
Yeah.
but it will force Treynor to use a timeout. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 after the stop to Monahan.
The Falcons could use a timeout anyway. They have
I
them,
would
they're gonna
agree
use
with
them.
that.
This won't really hurt when we know they're going to use them, but
Now, Matt, you know I'm old school, but I
Right.
don't mind a little, as Hayden Fry used to say, a little trickeration.
yeah. Or
Is it the time for a little tight end dump, maybe
Yeah.
right over the middle?
exotics.
Exotics, there you go.
That was, he called those trick plays
Exotics. 1:19 to go. Treynor with 2 timeouts, so if the Falcons don't do much here, you're going to see another timeout. Of course, the reason the pass is risky,
Oh,
it
yeah.
stops the clock.
Stops the clock. And
So it's a fine line, and that's one of the beauties of the whole situation. Good work by the Falcon water guys.
Right.
Little youngsters out there can barely carry the bottles. Coach Gradeville, Coach Driver, Coach Lear step away.
exciting times.
And they're going to put Helton in the slot.
Yeah.
Hobbs, young Hobbs, and now they're going to put 2 men in motion. Everyone's set. And here's toss sweep left side to Monahan. Monahan still on his feet. Monahan, good yardage. Going to get 4.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 3rd and maybe 8. Long 7, short 8. 1:13 to go. Treynor
Right.
calls their 2nd timeout of the half. 1 more to go.
Falcons got the ball with about 1:25 remaining, so a couple of 6-second plays. Drains the clock down to 1:12, 1:13.
So you get to play at home.
All right.
What's the play call? I think I stay basic,
Yeah.
Matt, and run
Yeah.
toss sweep again.
Right.
Get them outside. See if you can find one little crease. One little crease is all you need.
Yep. We've tried left. We've tried right.
I think your percentages are as high there as anything. Or do you sneak a little belly play to
Yeah.
Hobbs? I still think I run toss sweep.
Yeah,
but of course,
I do too.
Trainor's probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Fun ball game.
Yeah.
Big crowd. Great Friday night.
And the seating worked out fine. I think there's plenty of room for our visitors.
Plenty of room.
This might be the biggest visiting crowd we'll get
Yep.
this season.
Falcons will be at Underwood. That'd be probably the next biggest.
Right, you're right. They might bring about the same number Treynor does.
Toss sweep right side. Treynor knew it.
Yeah.
Stop in the backfield.
Got it
Doesn't
deep.
matter if he
Yeah.
didn't get it. Doesn't matter really where it went.
Yeah.
They'll call their last timeout. And now, of course, things get interesting. The Falcons have had a few good snaps, one less
Yeah.
than desirable.
Yeah.
Going to need another good one here.
Kick.
Brandon McCall, a member of St. Columbanus Parish
All right.
in Weston. Alter server out there still to this day. Oh, and he's not in the ball game, so you're going to see the quarterback, Caden Dirks, back there.
Yeah, I would, yes. He's more than capable. Has a long touchdown run.
He'll stand about his 45-yard line. Nice little breeze into the Falcons' face. Treynor coming with some pressure. If they go off sides, no big deal. Falcons moved. Not a huge deal either, then, other than we are getting deep enough now where now Treynor doesn't have to go too far for a field goal try of their own.
And other than we'll need to have the successful snap again. That was a very good snap. So, well, now the snapper has the range now.
McCall's done some wrestling in his day. For whatever reason, a lot of times you see wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
The snappers.
Yeah. Hand strength. They don't have to bounce it or dribble it.
There you go. There's a good one. Gets it off, nearly blocked. That's a pretty decent punt high in the air. And he's going to fumble the ball. He will recover it, though. Flag is down. Do the Falcons give him enough room? So almost right back where we started a few minutes ago, but now 57 seconds left in the clock.
Interference.
Yep. That could be costly. Officials all over it. Taking their time to get the call right. They know this is important. And they're all important, but especially right now. Done a nice job tonight.
Right.
Coach Driver acting as his own get-back coach, telling some of the other coaches to get back. Going to be a block in the back on Treynor.
Oh, okay.
That's a big penalty.
So the ball,
so they're saying maybe he was interfering, but he was interfered with because he was pushed in the back.
So that's about the 42. They'll mark it 10 yards. So it'll be on the 48-yard line.
And so that ball could have been down at the Falcon 32. As it stands to be at the Treynor 48. 57 seconds to go. Each team, the Falcons with one timeout. That doesn't really matter.
No.
Treynor with no timeouts. But the clock will stop for a first down. Falcons got beat deep to end the first half. Can't allow that again. Falcons played prevent earlier, more of a cover 2 this time. Shotgun formation. Dirks, who's played really well tonight, he'll take it. Falcons put on some pressure, force him out of the pocket. Now he's going to have to run it himself, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Delayed blitz by the Falcons forces him out of the pocket, but good yardage there. Enough for the first down, gain of about 11 on the play. 51 seconds to go. And so now Dirks with Moss back there. No timeouts. Don't think you're going to see carry by Moss.
Maybe something to the outside, but
Carson Elwood still out of the game. Good pressure there, but a good catch. Excuse me, as I say that, Carson Elwood back in the game.
Yeah.
Good catch, good run, but a good tackle by the Falcon defense.
Sure-handed tackle.
Monahan and Hobbs.
Yeah.
So now they're going to say mano a mano. They're just going to put Monahan out there on Elwood. So now they're going to look the other way, and that pass is going to go incomplete. 28 seconds to go. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. And I love high school sports. Let's not get too cute. You're going to go to Elwood. All right, we're going to put Monahan on him. Let's go.
Yep.
3rd and 5. 27 seconds to go. Good neighborhood rivalry. A lot of folks living both ways.
Yes, sir. I have neighbors who live kind of behind the backyard of my other neighbor who are Treynor students.
3rd and 5, 27.8 seconds to go. Going to look up top, and
just a mix-up.
Just a little mix-up. Going to bring up 4th and 5 in the play of the game.
Yes, 24 seconds.
Falcons keen on Elwood up top. Don't forget Young down below. He's had a really good second half. Alan Young, 6'3", 180-pound senior. Falcons are going to single cover him. Falcons might want to come with the delayed blitz, put a little pressure on Dirks, who's had a really good game. And now they'll look Right about the 30-yard line. All depends
He didn't
upon
get
the
it.
spot. I
He
think he
did-
has it by a yard.
I don't think he did.
I think he's got it.
Now, before I thought I was wrong with my other time, so.
First down, Treynor.
All
18 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Do they spike the football or do they run a play?
They got
Clock
it.
now runs. They will spike it. So it'll be 2nd down with 14.6 to go. Falcons might have got away with running an extra second off the clock.
Yeah.
14.6. Now, again, Treynor doesn't have to score a touchdown
Right.
here. They just got to get a few more yards and get the clock
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah, have a good-looking kicker.
Elwood up top.
Probably
Young
need
down below.
5 to
Monahan
10 more yards is all.
Yep, Monahan giving Elwood all kinds of space. And now Elwood's going to run that. Monahan's going to jump it.
Oh.
Monahan, you know what, Matt? He laid off because he knew it was coming, and he was
Yeah.
jumping it for a pick six.
Yeah.
Bats it down, 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
9.6 seconds to go. Monahan knew exactly what he was doing there. So now 3rd and 10. Going to have to run that out again with no timeouts. Falcons, no blitz coming. Going to run 4 deep linebackers, 3 deep safeties. Now they're going to look the other way towards Young. Got it. Got it. Treynor scores 20-17, 4.1 seconds to go. Big play to end the first half. Big play to likely end the ball game. Rips the heart out of the faithful as the Falcons gave it all tonight. 2 big plays to end each half. Looks like it's going to do it. Dirks had himself a whale of a ball game. Kick is up and it's good. 21-17. 4.1 seconds to go.
Tough way to potentially end that game. There's one play, and it's just going to take some sort of crazy return. And Treynor's going to put the ball on the ground
You bet.
just to negate that possibility.
And
Try an onside kick.
probably just say wherever their backs are, just go get them. Go tackle them. Abraham Lincoln beats Thomas Jefferson 22-6 tonight.
2-6, okay.
Tough way to possibly end it. Not over yet. Here's an oldie but a goodie. Jen Brown checking
Oh,
in.
great.
Jen's been a long time volunteer.
Yeah.
Can hear her every morning on 102.7 KVSS Spirit Catholic Radio. Not that you're old, Jen. You've been around a while, so we're appreciative. Falcons need a miracle.
Yeah, there you go.
Helton and Monahan will stand back at the 15. That might be a little deep. I'd expect a squib to the middle-sized guys near the middle of the field. And I wouldn't even, no reason to kick this more than about 20 yards. Falcons really deep. I'd be shocked if Treynor kicks it that deep. And there is the squib.
Yeah.
And now they're going to let it go. And this will be Hobbs over off right-hand side. Hobbs is going to go out of bounds.
Yep.
Hobbs out of bounds at the 20-yard line with 0.1 seconds. 0.1 seconds.
Oh, there's time.
0.1.
Okay.
So now if you lateral, meaning you got to pitch it, got to go backwards. Might also see a hook and ladder, maybe to Wettengale with Monahan coming behind. Not what the faithful thought a few minutes ago,
Right.
but this has been a fun Friday night. Might toss sweep one way, reverse it back the other. Officials having a little chat here.
So they're prepared for what might occur.
Treynor coach is talking to the line judge up top. Treynor coach is next to us telling each other the game is over. Will they let it stand? They will. Point one, 48-yard line. Both teams played their hearts out tonight.
Absolutely. Still waiting on the play.
And I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. We're going to let the clock run now. We're going to call timeout. Just give the guys a breather.
Yeah.
You practice a lot of different situations
Sure.
in practice. This play might get practiced once a year. Thanks for sticking with us tonight, especially now here at the very end of the ball game. St. Albert Sports Fan. Make sure you keep checking the website. Try and keep it fresh. And
It's been looking great, Charlie. All kinds of pictures and all the new students, the new freshmen.
A lot of good things happening on the hill.
Yeah.
We hope, great interview with President Rolling at halftime. You can rewind if you missed that after the game. Just simply click the rewind button and go back and check that out. We will hopefully have a broadcast next week at Riverside. I also know, I think it's KJAN out of Atlantic is going to cover the ball game.
They often come out that way.
And they may bring video. If they do, we may cover that.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's just we don't know what the setup is going to be like. A lot of it, folks, will depend upon how much room we get in the press box. There might only be one box, and that's for the coaching staff.
Right. These
we'll see.
are Class A schools, without the press box capacity.
But we think we might have this configuration figured out for home games.
Yeah.
So thanks for being with us tonight. One play left, 0.1 seconds to go. Marshall under center, and they're going to throw it. And there is the hook. And here is the ladder to Monahan. Monahan still on his feet. Monahan running room. Monahan right-hand side. 30, 20. Monahan still on his feet. Is going to go down at the 9-yard line. Beautifully designed and executed. Holy smokes. Good stop there by Treynor at the end. Thought the Falcons might have it. Wow. Monday, you might want to go get a physical, folks.
Yeah.
Wow. What a ball game. Heartbreaking for St. Albert. They played their guts off.
Yeah.
They played great. This is a different team. Support them. Matt, real quick, let's talk about circle back. Harlan, you're going to be there tomorrow. Support the Saints. Falcons and Saints running at Glenwood. The Saints are going to be at Harlan tomorrow.
Right. So volleyball tournament. Harlan's there. Treynor, Underwood, East Sac County, a few schools like that. So Saints will have a little round-robin affair and play a little tournament in the afternoon.
So it'll be the Saints' first varsity action of the year. A lot of new faces and expecting good things from them. A couple of really good runners for the Saints this year. You've got long story short, go check out cross country tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. Volleyball, different look this year. Be interesting to see what they have. Think they might have a pretty good year. And Matt, you gotta like what you saw from St. Albert tonight.
Yeah,
a few errors here and there, but they're very correctable.
Absolutely, and there was no lack of effort, and the guys' heads, were in the game the entire time, and they have to feel good. I mean, going in, the odds didn't look good. But
that's a good
Treynor
football team. Bigger class, and they're going to have some success this year. And St. Albert, they're going to have a few tough ones. Underwood's the real deal.
They are a terrific team.
Otherwise, I think you got to like our chances at least in a lot of these games.
Yep.
Should be a fun ride this fall.
Particularly in district games. So
yes,
starting next week out at Riverside.
Yeah, so we hope to be there. If not, make sure you're there if you can. Otherwise, if anybody else is covering the game, we will make sure that we cover that as well. So for all things good about St. Albert, make sure you keep checking StAlbertSportsFan.com. Want to thank Alexis Narmi, our producer tonight, Sean Monahan for his assistance throughout. Bryan Holder was fantastic on the camera, probably the best camera work we've ever had. So thank you to Bryan Holder for that. And Matt Madsen comes through once again on his game tonight.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Falcons played hard. They played well. Just a tough way to end it. 21-17. Treynor gets the victory. We will see you down the road here on St.